hoodie right now is a little much. I don't want to burn my good shit before we start.
Not at all.
I don't want to
Thank you
waste
for
these good
saving it.
roasts before we start it. Oh, it is recording. Damn, there you go. You don't even know. Oh, look at me. Wait, you said this is episode 23?
I don't remember what
Wow,
number.
Jordan.
The Jordan
No,
And
episode.
my birthday
man.
was on the
It's
23rd.
not. No, this is 27, I
20.
believe.
Oh,
What?
yeah. You
27.
guys don't know shit.
I think so, yeah. What,
It's the weed. You guys don't know what episode.
We're getting too burnt over here.
23rd, man. I don't... Damn, it's all going.
we're recording audio.
The limo driver says yes.
I'm having
Look at
trust
the
issues. This is
limo
my first
driver.
time. This is my first time without my hands on the wheel, so.
Oh, yeah. Oh, true. Wow.
We have started recording on both Audacity, OBS, and on both.
Beautiful.
Perfect.
It's all going.
It's going. All right, so you can start talking shit now.
Start talking shit? Oh, okay, good. Yeah, no, even me involved, this whole table, this feels like the bootleg version of Pineapple Express. Like all of us
What?
here right now. Oh, yeah. This looks like some kind of...
Bootleg Pineapple
Who's
Express.
James Franco?
I don't know.
You're James.
I'm
Franco.
James Franco, yeah. You guys are all the sidekicks. We're all selling weed. We're all... No, this is cool. This feels like... Dude, I don't even know. It feels like a casting couch with these lights.
Oh shit!
Like we're going to start filming porn soon.
All right.
We're waiting for the girl to show up.
You're the girl, bro.
Yeah, the trick is the girl never shows up. I go, well, I guess we got to shoot something.
we gotta fuck each other, I guess, man.
I guess. It's not weird. Just think about a chick while you do it. It's not gay.
No, that's nah.
No?
So
You homophobic?
No, my brother's gay.
Okay, there you go.
Gay brother.
Like,
I
you
could
can't
never
be
be
gay.
homophobic.
There you go.
And what's crazy is my brother says faggot more than anybody I know.
You're allowed to if you're gay. It's true.
And he tries to like he's trying to like teach me like the differences of between the gay. Like he says there's faggot gay and there's regular gay.
Okay.
And I guess the difference like a faggot is like
Over the top?
Yeah.
Sure.
So I mean, you learn something every day, you know.
More feminine ones.
Ooh, buddy, dropping the F-bomb in the first 2 minutes.
I
Here
know.
we go.
People, yeah. Everyone's already been canceled within the first 2 minutes. The rest
We'll
is
be
just-
all right. We'll be all right.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
You know what's funny is Dr. Narco Longo's, he got demonetized right after he posted that video with us, our podcast. He got demonetized that same week.
Oh, wow.
So we're doing
You guys
it.
are in the
Woo.
hole. Yeah.
We need to get monetized on what? How many subs you need?
1,000.
You need 1,000. And then you need like 2,000 minutes of watch time, I think. I think that's what it is.
No, Instagram you can start monetizing pretty quick.
Well, everybody wants to be an influencer. That's the future. They ask like kids in school, and like 4 out of 5 kids are like, I'm going to be an influencer.
I want to be a Twitch streamer.
And I love that influencer is like a real word now and shit. Because when I was a little kid, it was like stay above the influence. Like influence was a dirty word.
It really
Influence
was.
was bad.
That
really
is
was.
such a twist of fate.
Oh yeah, so weird. Now it's like an influencer just sounds gross in general.
Right.
Like what's your job? It's like I tell people what to think. I'm a vibe curator.
Stay above the influence, avoid peer pressure. Now
Oh,
you got to
yeah.
be that peer providing the pressure.
Yeah, drink
That's
Capri
cool
Sun,
now.
kids. Yeah, kids just like go flex on the beach and then they're like, you Spitfire wheels. The point is like kids will do shit that has nothing to do with a product and then they just promote some
Yeah.
nonsense.
Yep. I mean, you see it on TikTok all day, every day.
Dude, I'm tired of apps making me horny. I'm tired of signing into any app and it's just like a hot chick. You ever see those videos? It's mostly TikTok where it's a chick wearing like some baggy clothes and then she like bounces and
It
now
is
she's
just-
like happy.
Yeah,
What the fuck? What is that challenge? How quick can I get hard?
You can't like that stuff though. You can't show.
I don't like anything on TikTok.
No,
Good.
it
I don't
doesn't
give
matter.
Yeah, don't give the algorithm anything. My Instagram, I don't follow anyone, as you see. I only follow my company, Tampa News Force. But I don't follow anyone, and the algorithm, all it shows me is like Dragon Ball Z characters in streetwear,
Okay.
which I love.
All right.
apparently, like I guess that's what I'm into. They'll show me like Frieza wearing Jordans. I'm like, okay, yeah, I'm fine with that.
That's healthy.
Yeah, it's like rap videos and Dragon Ball Z shit.
No tits, no ass.
Yeah, no, that's involved in the rap videos.
Hit our explore page, Berto. The
Yeah,
compass.
let's see what they show you.
What do they think we like?
Yeah, what do they think you like? Okay. Yeah, it is fun to
I
see.
don't
what,
like hoe shit on our stuff.
Yeah.
Okay, it looks,
All right.
like smart stuff. There's a map. There's somebody talking about he's got a laptop. Do you want to make 15K in 2 weeks?
Could be worse.
Animal videos. Yeah, this looks like pretty,
Pretty basic.
normal.
Yeah, explore page.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Ugh.
Oh, I see.
Okay.
Ugh.
You know, all solid middle of the road stuff over here. Yeah, it is funny that the algorithm will know us better than we know ourselves soon enough.
Right.
Give you stuff you don't even know you like. and
That's
they
like
get you.
scary.
I think the YouTube algorithm's fucked up because for the past like few months, I told him this. All of my ads on YouTube are in Spanish,
Okay.
and I don't speak Spanish. I am
Were you hanging around
Black.
something Spanish? Were you hanging
He
around
works at. I think it was people that came into his store probably.
I work at an AT&T store, so
Okay.
I mean, I see a lot of customers that come in and talk in Spanish. So I maybe my
Oh
phone's
yeah, no,
picking
your
that
phone
up,
listens.
but it's
for
like
sure.
I think you hear me speaking more English than customers coming and speaking Spanish. But
Yeah, but if you're
Whatever.
not buying anything right now, they're probably like, let's switch it up.
Ah, fuck
We
it. It's
gotta
because
try
he
something.
speaks Spanish. We've been doing it wrong this whole time.
Yeah, I mean, because I never buy anything off the internet or ads. Like, I feel like if you buy shit off ads, you're like insane. But like who gives into that shit?
Yeah.
It's like, oh shit, I came to watch a video, but all right, I'll
consumers,
buy some shit.
the women.
But, oh yeah, it's insane. But like, yeah, because I've never bought anything. So yeah, my ads have tried everything. They've gone everywhere. Like now at this point, it's like you want some fantasy weapons, like it's like a Final Fantasy sword, and I'm like, we're getting closer.
throwing stars and shit.
Oh yeah, like it has to be some really wild shit for me to actually buy something. Last thing I bought off the internet was like a giant like wizard robe, like this big furry.
Was it worth
crazy-
it?
Oh, it's the best thing I own. I wear it all the
Yeah,
time.
I'm
Oh,
on it.
I'm in my house getting high, dancing around. Yeah, freestyling in my kitchen and shit. It's so much fun.
You rap?
Of course.
What?
Of course I rap. You
What?
kidding me? Even on my
Okay.
Instagram, half my things are me rapping in my house.
Oh, word.
Bro,
Do we want to put a
you
beat
want
on?
to freestyle?
Of course I'll freestyle.
Find a beat on YouTube.
Do whatever you want. And it's bad too. I'll warn you,
That's
but it gets
fine,
good.
bro. That's fine.
Yeah, that's what I do too. I'll just go
What
to
kind of type beat?
You surprise me. This is your
Alright.
podcast.
Freestyle
You
beats.
decide what
Boy,
happens.
Freestyle beats. That's what you're going to type in.
Wow, that's perfect. That's the most basic thing you could possibly do. Rap, hip hop beat.
Great
Hip-hop
remarks
track.
already, Albert.
Yeah, hip hop instrumental.
Put a, like, I don't know, ASAP.
Anything
type
you
beat.
want.
Little baby
I mean,
type
it
beat,
is
the baby
funny to
type
see
beat.
what. No, now I'm curious. What did you type? Freestyle beats. That's what I want to see now, because you started it already. So now I want to see what freestyle beats brings up, or freestyle instrumental. What does YouTube think the most basic freestyle beats are?
1 hour of hip hop instrumental beats. It's probably bad.
Well, that'll be the rest of the podcast. I
Just
freestyle for an
freestyle it.
hour.
Whichever one.
Just pick one.
I know it's the struggle. Oh wow,
Oh.
that's this match. Good colors. This is pretty much the podcast right here. Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
John on the mic.
Yeah. Hey, hanging at a pod wave. Oh shit, I'm gonna say palm wave all day. I don't play AK spray on the block. Oh shit, go cray. That's crazy. I'm like Jay-Z, coming HOV in the HOV lane. I'm lame. I'm playing like a bagel shit. Hanging on the bay, that's bagel shit. Looking at the seagulls, gay bitch. I don't wanna fuck no shit. I don't wanna suck no dick. I just wanna hit that pit maneuver. Everybody looking at me, I'm like, I'm about to lose her, cause I'm going too fast. I'll blast, smash, ass is what I want. I don't pass, even though I'm smoking. Oh my god, I'm not joking, but a comedian. Oh shit, I'm heating up, looking so sick, not average. Check that median. I'm looking so dumb, got a lot of raw meat and eating and I like that shit like a walk. I heat it up and I take a walk like Christopher Walken. Everybody on my block, I'm just fucking talking. I'm lying in chalk, I'm dying. Everybody like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. I'm spying. I Spy was a book we saw when we was little kids. Let me do a little bit on each bay. I meant to say eBay. We play like a game. PlayStation, hanging with the Haitians. Eating JBPs, Jamaican beef patty, ABCs is what I said. I do it 2 times. Everybody know True Crime was a show on HBO. I don't play. Let your hoe come later. I know. There you go.
Jesus.
Terrible.
We need a
Thank
bomb,
you.
a
Thank
bomb
you.
sound.
Yeah, right.
Albert, hit the
They
soundboard.
go,
JK.
was it good or bad? You decide. I'd say it was about right down the middle.
I'm impressed. I'm
Thank
impressed.
you. I think,
I'm
yeah,
impressed.
I would win Freestyle Friday on 106 and Park.
Hell yeah, boy.
Bring Jin on. Bring Jin the MC. But thank
I'm
you. So that was,
impressed. I'm impressed.
I know. Well, when you have no shame, it's hard. Yeah. Who else has the courage to say terrible raps?
I don't suck dick.
I don't. I just had to clarify, just in case the rhymes suggested otherwise.
So here we are. I think this is episode 27, everybody. We got John Jacobs in the building.
John
you.
Jacobs.
I know. If that rap didn't throw you off, thank you for still being here.
He is not a rapper.
I'm not a rapper.
but he's got some hot fire
Despite,
on him. So
spitting
despite what
bars.
you would think.
let's let everybody know what you actually do.
What do I do? Oh, I know. You're all wondering, who is this guy who they brought on PalmWave? I'm a stand-up comedian. That's the main thing I do. I shoot videos. I cut videos. I'm an editor. I travel. I do college shows. I've been making YouTube videos for like 10 years. I was on a couple MTV shows. I was on a show called Are You the One, which went on Netflix in 2020. It was a top 10 show on
Word.
Netflix. So that's right. You got a top 10 Netflix show guest on PalmWave. And
What'd you do on that show?
that was called Are You the One? It was like a dating reality show in
Okay.
Hawaii, a mansion in
So
Hawaii.
you went on a dating reality show? How was that?
It was pretty fun.
Did you smash?
They make it look like I did. I didn't know. I'm like making out with a chick. in
Was
a
the point of
bed
the
with,
show to be funny, or was it actually trying to be a,
Oh, it was
a
just
dating
like,
show?
It was like fall in love. Yeah,
Mm.
no, I mean, I didn't even know what it was. It was the first season, so they didn't tell us what it was. They were just like, "Do you want to be on a TV show?" I'm like, "Sure."
I guess when you get that question, you just
Oh
say
yeah,
yes.
of course. And they're like, "We fly you to Hawaii, and you live in a mansion." So I'm like, "Yeah, of course. That sounds amazing." But so yeah, that was fun. Did that, and then I did the challenge,
Oh,
which was season 26, and that was in Panama in Central America, in the jungle, and that was cool. So I did those 2 TV shows, and then I, lived in LA for a little bit, and I came back here, and my lease is up here in February, and I'm heading back out again. And,
to LA.
well, I'm gonna spend some time in London. I'm gonna try to live out there for a little bit doing stand up, because I've done stand up in London before, and it's been cool.
They got a
And,
good crowd out there.
well, I have a friend who lives there, which is great, and it was fun doing it out there. I like the city, so I just want to mix it up. So I'm going to spend time out there. But yeah, ultimately it'll probably be New York or LA again, because opportunities are out there, and I've been doing it. I've been doing stand up. In December it'll be 15 years doing stand up,
Oh shit!
which is a long time.
Oh, yeah.
It's too long. So, like, I mean, it's one of those things where like I started in DC, and everyone I see on TV I know, like, personally.
Oh.
And it's gotten to the point where I'm like, how am I the only one who's not there with them?
Yeah, yeah.
I'm like, I know, like, I'll watch TV shows. I go, I know every single one of these people on this TV show. Like, I've done shows with every single one of these people. I grew up with these people. And now, I mean, it's gotten to the point where, like, a lot of the new big names are people that I started, like, many years before.
You want to
And I'm
drop
like,
some names?
Fuck. Well, I mean, it's everybody you know. Everybody you see who's even like Tim Dillon. Tim Dillon's like 10 years in. I'm 15 years in. And it's like, well, people deserve it. They get it when they get it. Like, you don't rush the process. Like, I'm not mad. I'm not mad about it. It's more like excited anxiety of like, I know these people. I know that I can compete on the same level. It's like an NBA player or something who was in the league for a minute and then he's out and then he sees the players and goes, I should be in there playing with them. Which is like, I know what I can do and I know what I have to offer. So, I'm going to go back in it. And I have a new stand-up special, which will be coming out soon, where I did stand-up as Jesus up on a cross, which is crazy. It's family friendly. I did it in public. I hung myself up on a
It's family friendly.
It's family friendly. So yeah, it's educational, clean show. I was up on a 10-foot cross in Curtis Hickson Park. And I also carried the cross down Bayshore on Easter. And everybody who helped me carry it, I would riff with them, do jokes with them. And it's unbelievable. It's amazing. And I'm in talks with a couple networks right now because they're interested in buying it. So fingers crossed I get a good deal from one of them.
Hell yeah.
But even if I don't get a good deal, like, it's so good, and if I put it out myself, I have total confidence in it. Because like I did a Jesus special like a year ago, and I put that out, and I put a lot of clips on TikTok and all that. And some of the clips got tons of views, like million whatever for a bunch of them. And so it's like I know what people like in this sense of the stand-up content. And yeah, like, I mean, at this point, since I started making TikToks, and because like I stayed away from like those vertical social media videos forever, just because I don't know, you just don't get into it. You're like, it's another thing, I don't want to edit more of this shit. But once I started making them, like, at this point I've probably had like, I don't know, 12 or 15 videos with over 1 million plus views, and one of them has 9.3 million views, and it's one of the most watched videos on TikTok for stand-up. So it's like, as far as stand-up videos go, like, I have one
You're
of
up there.
the best videos.
Yeah.
So it's like I have all these numbers, and yeah, so it's like it's time.
Does
It's
it feel
time
like
to-
it matters? TikTok?
It's so sad how much it does matter.
Yeah, it's
It's
so
like-
many eyes. They just throw shit in front of people.
Yeah, because like talent-wise, it doesn't mean anything. No, like, it doesn't change your talent. You still have to perform and deliver. If you're on a stage, you got to give people a show.
Yeah.
But as far as like networks and industry goes, they don't even look at you if you don't have numbers at this point,
Mhm.
because now there's no excuse. Like back in the day, industry would take risks on people because there wasn't resources. You didn't have cameras, you didn't have audio, you didn't have computers, you didn't have all the shit. So, 70s, 80s, 90s, they'd go, this guy's got potential, let's give him a chance. But now the first questions they'll ask will be like, okay, what's your Instagram? What's your YouTube? What's this? And if you don't have a high number, they go, well, get the high number and then we'll talk to you. Because there's no reason for them to take risks. They don't have to. And that's not like nobody wants to lose their job. So nobody wants to take a risk on somebody that flops and they go, oh shit, well, that's on me. I should have just waited till he had numbers.
And that's crazy how like your social media footprint is a resume.
It's disgusting.
It's kind of gross.
Yeah, it's gross as hell. That's why everybody's obsessed with this all day, every day. Hey, what's up? And I hate that shit so much. I never want to be one of those people. What's up, YouTube?
Yeah, no.
Today we're going to be opening up an action figure on camera.
It's your boy.
It's your boy. Y'all know what it is. I'm out in the streets doing dog shit. Faking my life. You know what it is. Pretending I got friends. I paid this girl $800 to suck me.
See where this goes. Shit, man.
Nobody really likes me in real life. What's up? But yeah, that's most of life now. Luckily not for me, but in general in social media and people trying to make it is a lot of because that's the problem where they're like, fake it till you make it, which is like, okay, so just be fake until something happens, which is not a good way to live. But
And when you make it, keep being fake.
yeah, well, yeah, unfortunately, it's like
more
it
famous.
works for a lot of people. So it's like, well, when it works. And that was a weird thing about LA. LA is a disgusting place. Like every
Heard that.
part of it was nasty. But everybody's pretending they like it. And they're only pretending to like it because the people who have made it like it.
Mhm.
And when they're around the people who made it, they're like, hey, I love it too. We both love this place. But it's like, yeah, LA or New York is only cool if you're rich.
Yeah, if you got it like
I
that.
think there's a lot of places. Probably.
Yeah, most places, but still, I mean, Tampa, like you can live better with much less.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
There's
of
more
course.
space.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, it's easier to get to them. There's less traffic. There used to be, at least. Traffic sucks now. Ever since the pandemic in New York, which is so funny too. I think about that all the time, where it's like all these pride in these cities. People use LA's the best city, New York's the best city, and then they're like, you can work remote, and they're like, okay, we're going to Florida. It's like, oh, what happened to all that?
Exactly.
What happened to New York's the greatest city? It's like, well, we don't have to be there anymore, so we don't have to pretend.
No state income tax if you got that money like that, and people love living here.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's a good part of it. I like. You ever heard? They say that the original Tower of Babel was in New York.
What?
Really?
Oh yeah, and also that New York was where the Garden of Eden was.
Oh, they say that about a lot of places.
I know they do say that a lot of places.
That we just had the guy on last time, Dr. Narco Longo.
Our
he
last
was-
episode,
Oh,
we kind of talks
okay, I
about
saw
that
the
stuff.
clip about
He was
Yeah.
saying that like this west coast of Florida is where Atlantis port was
Yeah.
or something like that.
Oh sure,
So,
yeah.
I mean,
I know. It's like we don't know. We'll
It's
never
wild
know.
shit.
We'll just keep making claims.
there's
until,
evidence. There is evidence.
Yeah, there's plenty of stuff that looks like this could make sense, but I hope one day we learn stuff.
we
but-
never will. They don't want to.
I know they don't want us to learn shit. That's part of the game, and it's so funny that like we all know that and we all talk about that, but it's like, well, what can really change?
Nothing, man.
And the trick is like, you get successful and then you get bought off, really, which is the idea of like, you're a rebel or whatever and you're a person for the people, and then they give you $2 million and they go, okay, just don't talk about that stuff again. And you go, all right, whatever.
Cool. I won't.
Yeah, so yeah, once you get rich, you don't care about any of that shit anymore. So like, yeah, the big trick is like finding anybody who will stick to that shit. But even if you stick to that shit, you still get compromised too. Where it's like, yeah, you can stick to all that shit, but then they roofie you or whatever, and then take a picture of you naked in a bed with like a little boy or
Oh,
something. And
God.
they go, oh well, if you don't want this picture to come out. I mean, have you heard all the rappers who came like with clips over the years, like saying weird shit about Puff Daddy and all that?
Yeah,
And
dude.
they're like, oh yeah, his parties, some weird shit going
he
on.
does
like,
weird shit.
Oh yeah, executive parties where they're like, they want you to drink this, do this. They want to take pictures of you fucking people and shit.
mhm,
So it's like, yeah, it's they either compromise you or buy you off, and that's one of the reasons why I don't think. I mean, I feel like I've been held back for a while. I've always talked wild about all these things, and I've talked, bad about the networks that have put me on the things and weird things have happened. Oh yeah, so it's like I can understand why they wouldn't want to bring me back because I'm on podcasts like, they killed
Airing
this
them out.
person, yeah. So it's like, I get it. It's like I'm a risk. It's like what's the benefit? My value isn't higher than my risk at this point because they go, he's not entertaining or captivating enough yet to give him more of an audience, and that's fine. I just got to earn it. I'm not mad at it.
There's nothing wrong with
it's
building
just
it yourself.
Yeah,
Nothing.
it's just the game. It's the business, and yeah, when you have enough to offer, then you get put in a better place.
I heard it starts in the dressing room.
What do you mean?
I felt like they ask you to try on some stuff.
Oh, sure.
That's the test.
Sure,
And they
sure.
they
Put
try
this
it.
dress on.
Oh yeah.
Oh
With the
yeah, dress.
Oh yeah. The public
First it starts with the
humiliation
tight clothing and then the dress, and then they're
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, okay, this guy.
Oh yeah. Get Kid Cudi in the
Come to
dress,
Puff-
man.
I
Get
was
Kid
just
Cudi.
about to say that,
Kid
man.
Cudi in the dress. Yeah. Get Pete Davidson.
And he
in the
thought it was
dress.
cool too. I'm like, bro,
Oh sure. It's like yeah. It's never.
you're wearing a tube top, my guy.
Yeah. Unless you're like Scottish and you're wearing the kilt, like that's about the only excuse. But yeah, being on a red carpet dressed up, I don't know. It's just tough to be like. Well, that's the irony of like, you know, the gangster rap shit. Where like originally back in the day with like, I don't know, Cameron even. It's like, yo, I'm tough. I'll wear pink. I'll have a pink car or whatever. And people are like, oh, that's pretty risky. And now rappers are like, I'm so tough, I'll suck your dick.
Oh shit.
Every rapper now looks like they're going to a gay space wedding. Every rapper now looks like a trans DBZ character. Are you kidding me?
You ain't lying.
No,
you ain't
no.
lying.
It's hilarious.
A little Uzi Vert dresses like
Oh my
That's
god.
who I was thinking.
he's
Yeah,
20 years in
Lil
the
Uzi-
future, bro.
Yeah, Little Uzi Vert and Young Thug look like aliens. They, which is fun and cool, whatever, you know, do your thing. But yeah, I mean, well, plus somebody's made the point too of like Little Uzi Vert, that's what happens to a generation of kids raised by their grandmother. They they get into
Weird
they get
shit.
into weird pink hair, they're doing dresses. It's
Liberty
it's a
Spikes.
weird deal. But plus you stand out. I mean, you figure out some way to stand out from the crowd and get attention, and it works. So
Was the guy that got a diamond on his forehead now?
Yeah, he got it. He took it off.
That's a little
Yeah.
Uzi? Oh,
That
he
shit
took it
got
off.
infected
Okay.
or something.
Of course it did.
And there was a weird conspiracy theory around that. It was like he put that on there so I guess he like sold his soul and was like he was gonna die at like 22 or 23.
Mhm.
So he put that diamond on there so it would like protect him from dying.
Oh, wow.
Or whatever.
sure. Yeah, that's just one of the rumors.
But honestly, I wouldn't be surprised. Hollywood is some weird shit, man. Like
Well, I mean, yeah, that's a interesting deal too. Where it's like, oh, this diamond cost $25 million, and he's like, I've been paying for it for 6 years or whatever. And it's like, what kind of crazy shit is going on in your head, even just to be like, this is what I need.
I'm gonna implant a
Especially
diamond.
coming from nothing too. All these people brag about like, I came from nothing. I never had anything. Okay, so you're gonna spend it all on a diamond? Like that does nothing for anybody.
It's a massive
Dude,
diamond.
25 million, you can change your entire neighborhood forever.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, but the same deal is like, who knows what we would do too? It's like, are we any better? You get $25 million. You're like, I'm not going back to my neighborhood and giving people money. I don't give a shit about these people.
I'm not going to give
Not
people
my
money.
family. I mean, not people in my neighborhood, my family,
Yeah,
my
yeah,
boys,
family,
of course.
sure, yeah, of course. It's like, yeah, your family and your friends, but nobody really gives a shit about like, I mean, yeah, LeBron James is like the only person who's ever done anything for Akron, Ohio in the history of the world.
Man, fuck Ohio.
Yeah, you don't like Ohio?
I lived in Indiana, and it's
Okay.
right next to Ohio. And my
Sure.
my great grandma lived in Ohio, and it was just nothing up there. Like the Midwest is, mid. That's why it's up there.
Sure. Yeah.
Mids.
Midwest, it's in the name. That's funny. Yeah, that's the weakest beef ever. Indiana and Ohio. There's nothing going on in either of these spaces.
Bro, where I grew up, like you would go to the grocery store and see like Amish horse and buggies parked
Nice.
outside the grocery store.
Well, that's fun.
It's just they stopped selling alcohol at like midnight.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
that type of
That's
shit. bro.
interesting.
That type of shit.
I know.
That's why you never go back and visit there. It's so shitty.
Yeah, telling people they can't have shit just makes them want it more.
Exactly.
That's why other countries let their kids drink and all that. There's like no drinking ages in other countries, and kids are responsible because there's not the weird taboo on it. Oh yeah, which is interesting. Yeah, like all this stuff is so weirdly calculated, like with the U.S. and all that shit.
It's an agenda.
The drinking age this, driving age this. You can like you can go to war before you can drink and all that.
And they just switched the tobacco law to 21 a few years ago.
Right.
Like-
It's like what's happening?
Just because of a vape. Come on.
Yeah. Yeah. What's in your guys' vapes? What are you doing? Nicotine?
I got some Nick, yeah,
Oh, you sick fucks.
some peach
So
mango.
bad. Disgusting.
Oh man.
It's gross.
Hey man, if I had cancer, I would have
Nicotine's-
known. They gave me CT scans, CAT scans. I would have known if this was fucking me up.
Right. Well, you're still young. How old are you guys?
27.
27. What about you? 27. What about you, Albert? 29.
Old man.
Okay. Well, you'll get there. When you're 30, you'll feel it.
30.
Oh, it'll hit you. Yeah, I remember 27. Great times, great times.
Living up,
And
wilding.
then, and then you get to 30 and you hit a wall, and you start to feel mortality.
At 30?
Oh yeah, dude, it came out of nowhere. It could have been COVID. I don't know. It could have been a whole rack of things, but yeah, 30 hits you hard.
I feel like 30 is still rather young. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you think so, and then you throw your back out. You can't move.
It's different if you got money.
Maybe.
Stem cells, baby.
I know. That would be nice. I'd like to get some stem cells.
I would just stick stem cells anywhere and just fuck it. See
Yeah.
what happens.
I know. It is funny that they don't want us to have. Well, who's that?
Well, because they know
Some
the
people don't want us
benefits.
to. Yeah, exactly. They're like, this will do really good things for you, so we don't want you to have it. But it's interesting that they let us have weed finally, which is like what they decided we were able to. And they're like, we can make enough money on weed to offset some sort of global awakening. But I think my conspiracy is that they make the weed super strong, so it fucks you up. So you can't like actually be in a good spot. Because if you smoke a little bit of weed, you get, you're super in tune, you're super, super conscious. But with the weed now, like if you take too much of it,
You're
you're just
done.
out. Yeah.
You're sleeping.
So they're like, make it super strong so people go past that
Just
point
sedation.
of productivity. Yeah, keep them in a coma. Keep them in a coma.
I see
for
what
sure.
you're saying. Makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, I even think about like what the deal was with prohibition and like stopping us from drinking. My theory, my joke theory is that I think they wanted alcohol prohibition to stop us from marrying ugly people.
Explain, please.
When you're drunk, people are more attractive. When you're drunk, you don't care. And they're like, guys, you don't understand. You're fucking ugly people. And we're like, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, if everybody was sober, there would be a lot less ugly fucking.
Yeah, there might be something to that, man.
But it also helps
shit.
ugly people, I guess.
Just like that
Alcohol's around.
dichotomy that like rich people or like not rich people, smart people
Yeah.
don't have kids because
Oh,
they're
yeah.
too busy on their career or whatever.
Yeah.
And stupid people just keep multiplying.
Yeah.
That's why the human race keeps getting stupider and stupider.
100%.
Maybe they try to take away our alcohol to stop that.
Yeah.
Fuck, this country's getting too stupid.
Yeah, and it doesn't seem like anything's working. I mean, it's wherever you can make money. It's wherever you can capitalize on, which is why war is so great. Because, like, you make the most money on war. Weapons, dude, it's like, jets are like $35 million a piece. Like, some of this shit's like $1 billion. Missiles are like $1 million each. So it's like, you just see what makes the most money and you kind of go after that stuff. And yeah, every single thing can be capitalized on, which is fun. I mean, that's literally the definition of capitalism, which is like anything can be capitalized on. So it's not a surprise. And it's it's funny to even rally against capitalism because it's like
It's not going anywhere.
yeah, and it's like, what are you mad at? The Declaration? Like, who are you mad at? The founding fathers?
Your organization against capitalism is a capitalist
Yeah.
structure.
I do think it's funny that we love the founding fathers. It's like, how do we give a shit about all these dudes who like wore wigs? I don't give a shit. Every single one of those guys wore wigs, and we're like, these guys are geniuses. These guys who powdered their faces wore white wigs.
Some
Like,
masculine men right
Yeah,
here.
those guys are geniuses. Who gives a shit? Yeah, and the only way to get out of capitalism is with money, which is such a great idea too. Like, if you don't like America, leave. It's like, well, I can't.
I really can't.
Yeah. So it's all great. I mean, I love it. I wouldn't live anywhere else. Well, I'm gonna, but I wouldn't want it any other way.
Bro,
Freedom.
So what is the stand up game like in Tampa? Like, is it a good place to start? Is it a good place to finish? Like, where would you say?
I like it. Yeah, it's a great place to start. There's 4 comedy clubs all within like 20 miles of each other. There's 5 if you go to Sarasota. So there's a ton of comedy clubs. There's a ton of open mics. There's a ton of bar shows. There's a lot of nice people, good comics, good crowds. Yeah, Florida's a relatively open-minded place comedically.
Yeah.
Which is funny because they love you saying wild shit. I mean, if I do Joe Biden shit, like crowds go crazy because they're like, yeah, fuck Joe Biden. But then I'll make jokes about like abortions or guns and they're like, wait a minute. I'm like, oh, you guys loved the Joe Biden shit 2 seconds ago. What happened? I'm like, you pussies. You could tighten up on the other side. I just like making fun of everything. So it is funny to see where some people are cool with some stuff and then other stuff's not okay. But for the most part, Florida's a cool place. But overall, I think crowds in Florida don't really come to think. They just come to laugh. They just want to hear quick, easy ones.
Yeah.
If I try to go on longer political rants, the crowds will kind of be like, what are you doing? What are you talking about? But I like doing that stuff, but it is hard to do that in Florida because people don't really want to hear that a lot of the time.
I think it was Andrew Schultz that was talking shit about Miami. He's just too happy. Everyone's too
Yeah.
chill and having too good of a time. He,
Oh,
he
sure.
needs anger and frustration.
Yeah, that's why New York's a good comedy
New
town
York,
because everybody
Boston.
hates their
Everybody's
life.
pissed off, yeah.
Everybody hates everybody's too
Exactly.
close. There's no room. It's like
I thought that was interesting.
there's a story, there's like an old, I don't know, concept where it's like the ultimate goal is to like make people build their own prison and be proud of it. And that's pretty much New York. New York it's a fucking prison. The whole island of Manhattan is one giant prison, and everybody couldn't be more proud of it. But just like you see the sun for about 5 minutes a day because the buildings are so tall, no sunlight gets into the city. Every part of it is unhealthy. It's a city full of trash.
It's cold as shit.
Yeah, like it's all gray, it's all dark. It sucks, dude. It fucking sucks.
I've heard London's like that.
The way I would say London is like a cleaner New York. Yeah, it's similar, but
Like-
it's just cleaner.
Like I heard the crime's going up. I heard like everyone is just super sad. The girls aren't that attractive.
Well, I liked it. And I'm interested to spend time back there again, just to change from Tampa. And I don't know, it feels a little more exotic, and it'll be cool to. My goal is I want to go somewhere. I'm trying to build a set with jokes that can work anywhere in the world. So I figure if I go to a different country, then I can't have any like cultural references of like American shit. It all has to be jokes that could work anywhere in the world. So that's what I want. That's what I strive for as a performer. I want to be able to go anywhere and have an hour of material that everyone will like. So I think that's part of the test of spending time in London, to be like, yeah, let's see if I can kill it out here the way I would, kill a show in Tampa.
Have you done any research on like the cost of living and shit there?
No, I don't care. My friend has a place already, so I'm gonna crash with him. And
So
yeah,
you're
shit's
set.
more
You're
expensive
set.
for sure. I mean, yeah, food's more expensive and all this stuff. But yeah, if I have a lower cost of living rent wise, I'll just make up for that through the other shit. So I'm not too worried about it right now.
I'm sure you get all these different forms of income through social media as well. So
Yeah, we get paid off Facebook videos, all that shit, TikTok, all those things. So yeah, it's cool to make money on the different apps and stuff, and yeah, it never stops. It's just a
That's
never ending.
good. That's where we're trying to get.
grindhouse. Yeah, I mean it's fun, I guess. I mean, I did shows last night. I opened for my friend's new special. He filmed a special at a theater at University of Tampa last night, and one of the girls who was like working there, I did a joke on stage, and she was like, "Oh my God, you're the guy who does the emo baby joke from TikTok." I was like, "Yeah, that's me." So it's like it's cool to get recognized from doing these things every now and then.
Emo
Like
baby.
emo baby.
Yeah, I think
That's the
we
joke.
want to hear that, right? Emo baby joke.
Yeah, you want to hear my very famous emo baby
Yeah,
joke?
let's hear it, man.
Okay, this is my impression of an emo baby. Goo goo gaga. That's the joke. 7 million views.
Jesus
7 million
Christ.
views. Get out of here.
Yeah, that's a little
Unbelievable.
ridiculous. That's a little
Yeah.
ridiculous.
And yeah, I did it the first time. It didn't really get anything, and I just go, comedy's about taking risks, guys. And that got a big laugh. People are like, this is crazy. This is wild. So yeah, really simple. And yeah, any joke I make, I have no idea what's going to work or what's going to go viral. So I'm surprised. I go, really? All right, this one hits. Sure. So it's I don't know if it's the algorithm or some sort of interest in emo shit or what, but something about just those two words. So that was the name of the clip, emo baby. So I'm like, okay, maybe emo and baby are both popular words. So the algorithm was like, oh, we like this. So yeah, there's a million different factors of why something hits. There's good lighting, there's good subtitles. You don't know. There's no way to really understand why anything works.
So there is no secret sauce.
No, there's no secret sauce. It's just making a ton of shit. It's just making shit forever.
Getting eyes on your stuff.
Yeah,
putting
you
out
just
as much as
keep
you can.
throwing stuff in every direction, and then every now and then one of those things gets traction, and you can try to chase that. Yeah, because the emo baby joke, I did that, and it got total of 7 million views across TikTok and Instagram. And then I did the emo baby joke again, a few weeks later at a different venue, and all started talking about how popular it got. And that video also got 1 million views or something. So it's okay, just something about this joke people seem to enjoy. But yeah, I don't get it. I don't know what's going on.
You ever get disappointed? Really? That's what you guys are laughing at?
Well, sure. I mean, plenty of times where it's I made, at this point, my YouTube, I've probably made 800 videos. And yeah, out of 800 videos, it's oh, my most popular thing will be a 26-second TikTok where I'm doing jokes on the street or whatever. So it's I try really hard. I'll make films, I'll make sketches, I'll do like well thought out things with sets and production. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. The biggest thing you'll ever do will be like some throwaway line that you don't think about. Yeah, the biggest thing you'll ever do will be like a selfie video. Like you can shoot shit with $20,000 cameras. Doesn't mean anything.
Yep.
It's
It's all algorithm, man.
yeah. You never know. You really don't understand. And now there's just so many platforms where like every time I make a video, I post on Facebook, YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. So I have 4 platforms where I post all my shit. And then, yeah, some of them hit in different ones. Some of them are consistent across them. But there's no real trend of like why something works somewhere and it doesn't work somewhere else. You just kind of just keep making shit and hopefully build an audience that will consistently like your shit no matter what it is. So,
I always thought hashtags were bullshit, not gonna lie.
yeah, I don't think hashtags are, I mean, because you can see the analytics on TikToks where it's like, how did people see this thing? So yeah, a lot of times I'll make something on TikTok and you can see like, how did people find it on hashtags? And it'll be like 2% of people saw it through hashtags. Because yeah.
So there is analytics on that shit.
Oh yeah, there's analytics on that stuff. So it's like, yeah, maybe a few people, but like even like clicking a hashtag seems psychotic. Like who the fuck is clicking like, ooh, comedy?
Let me look through the comedy hashtag.
Oh, there's only 7 million comedy videos. Let's start. Like, yeah, hashtag, like it's insane. Unless it's something very specific, like 6ix9ine getting his chain snatched, then it's like, okay, there's a few videos. But yeah, like unless it's something specific, hashtags just seem like nonsense. But again, I don't know. Maybe sometimes they help, maybe sometimes they hurt. I have no idea.
All right, so we know that you have this other. I don't know if it's you and another person or you and like a collective, the
it's
Tampa
like
News Force.
Yeah, Tampa News Force.
You want to go ahead and tell us about that?
Sure. It's like a collective. It's like a satire news organization. It's like The Daily Show and The Onion, but for Tampa. So we do like in the street interviews. Yeah, like I'm on crime scenes and shit. I'm interviewing politicians. I got to interview Jon Stewart on camera.
Okay.
That was pretty cool. It was a big deal. Yeah. Like Charlie Crist, I had him recently. All these people. So like, yeah, I just show up in a suit with a camera and on these crime, and I just say, yeah, I'm Tampa News Force. And yeah, we have a Twitch stream that goes 24/7 too. And yeah, videos, all this shit. Yeah, how's the website look? Yeah, I haven't looked at it in a while. Yeah, click celebrity interviews up there. Let's see who I've talked to. Okay, Jason Banks, he's a TikTok guy too. Yeah, if you scroll to, okay, Big J Okerson, Andrew Schultz, there you go, my buddy. But yeah, so over the years, yeah, Jon Stewart, there's Jon Stewart one.
Oh, he's looking old.
Yeah, it was wild. But yeah, all these have been really fun, and everybody's been pretty cool talking to me. And yeah, I've been doing that for a few years. And yeah, we have we write every day. We have fake articles and videos and podcasts and shit. And there's been like 60 people who've contributed at this point. And we won a Best of the Bay award a couple of years ago. That was cool.
Nice.
Best fake news. That was our award. But yeah, so like I know, what the hell is that? I'm like, we're real news.
A lot of competition in that category.
Yeah, right. I know. What the fuck? I think they just made it up to give it to us. But yeah, it's been fun. And I mean, the dream is to like have somebody invest in it one day. And like we make money off like Google ads or whatever, but it's not like a lot of money. So it'd be nice to have like an investment behind it so we could do it like 24/7. That would be a dream too, to film in the street every day. Because right now it's like I'm working around my friends' schedules. But if we had like an office and could shoot every single day, I'm sure it'd be crazy.
Those street interviews are going stupid right now with social media.
Yeah, everybody's become a street interview person. Everybody's, yeah. It's nuts because yeah, people just realize they can record audio with their phones, so they're filming.
They just hold a phone
holding
up
the
to
phone up,
people.
smash or pass.
It's so awkward looking at that.
Do you want
shit.
to fuck me or kill me? Which one?
Basically,
Yeah.
GK Roca, shout out.
Shout out GK.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody we know that does that.
Okay,
Basically,
yeah,
that
nice.
exact content.
Yeah, no, that's so much of internet content. Well, it's like that's the most simple, sensational shit you can do. It's like, how do you make it sexual and violent and aggressive very quickly? Because that sticks people pretty quick. I mean, with TikTok and all these apps, it's like you really have like a split second to hook somebody. If you don't like the image, within a split second, because every time you scroll, you go, okay, nope. So it has to get you so quick. You have to, the first image has to have like a hot chick or some violent, crazy shit going on. So you go, okay, let me see what this is. Like it has to be really sensational. It has to be vivid. I've noticed that too. Like stuff that hits, it has to be bright colors, high exposure, high saturation. Oh yeah, I'm telling you, you're looking at me like I don't know. I'm telling you, yeah, it's crazy. Bright videos, bright colors, high saturation. What, you shaking your head?
They think
Why,
we're,
you
like,
don't agree?
retarded or something?
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, you just think it's fucked up?
It's a little sad.
It is sad. Well, it's like a baby with keys. It's like slot machines. We just like loud, bright things. Cardi B, 6ix9ine, Ice Spice.
Ice Spice.
Drake unfollowed her.
Bro, so what was that
Big news.
about?
What?
Ice, like, what was that about? Like, I guess,
People are like, she's an industry
Drake
plant.
unfollowed Ice Spice.
Yeah, Drake unfollowed Ice Spice after flying her out to Toronto. And
Yeah,
it's
they
so
s-
sad we even know this.
they said
I
he
hate
flew
that
her
it's-
out and then he
yeah.
didn't pay for something or kicked her out of his house or something like that.
Well, he just unfollowed her. I don't know. She said she's like, yeah, he's real respectful, real cool guy. But he unfollowed her,
So why does that?
I just can't believe it's a news story. I wish
cares?
that I didn't know this. I wish that we didn't know. That's such a bad place. I mean, that's a level of fame to aspire to, where every time you unfollow somebody on social
Spice.
media, it's a story. Like, I always
crazy.
thought that's the ultimate sign of success when you have impersonators. I think that's a good, like Elvis and Johnny Depp on the street.
We
and
saw an
shit.
impersonator last week at the Improv, man. I
Oh, yeah.
swear.
Yeah, dude.
But yeah, that's a good level where it's like you're so famous, everybody who looks like you has a job now. That's crazy. Michael Jackson, like if you have this weird distinct look, if you got something, like you can make money forever just by looking like somebody.
Mhm.
If you can act like them a little bit.
The dudes that just walk around the White House looking
Mhm.
like whatever given president that year.
Yeah, be Donald Trump.
You seen that dude on social media that looks just like Drake, like has the same haircut?
Oh
and
sure, yeah,
everything?
yeah,
And Drake is like not fucking with him at all.
yeah. There's the little
Why
Dirk
would he?
lookalike.
the little Dirk lookalike.
Yeah, the little Dirk lookalike is like, yeah, I make 10 grand a show. It's like, what is a show?
What do you do, bro?
Yeah, what's the show? What do you lip sync the real guy's songs? Like who would go to a show of a lookalike? I mean, maybe if it's Michael Jackson who like does dance moves and
There's
has,
an
like, a
icon.
yeah, somebody who does something for real. But who's going to a Lil Durk lookalike concert?
That's weird.
I won't go to a Lil Durk concert. You think I'm going to see a lookalike?
Maybe it's half price.
Yeah, yeah. It's cheaper. You trick your girl. You want to go to a Lil Durk concert tonight? We got front row tickets.
What,
And it's like, you don't know.
unless it was an inside job like MF Doom used to do. Send out doubles.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Mhm.
Well, yeah, apparently Billie Eilish did that at like
Really?
Coachella.
Billie
Yeah, like,
Eilish?
Jay admitted that. Yeah.
I've heard
Nice.
Kanye's done it.
Yeah, lookalikes. Yeah, which is so fucking funny. It's like,
CeeLo Green did it.
yeah, they're gonna pay you $1 million to do a concert. You don't even want to do that.
Yeah, just send the other guy.
Go up there and just hold
I'd
the
rather,
mic.
yeah,
music's
I'd rather
playing
sit at
behind you.
home. Yeah, I'd rather fuck somebody in my house.
Got 3 lookalikes on deck.
Yeah, seriously, it's unbelievable.
People say this is a crazy conspiracy. It's pretty wild. People say that like all the NBA players are just clones. Like the
That's
real
hilarious.
players are
What?
just at home
That's so
just
funny.
chilling.
I love that. That's amazing. I think that's the direction we're going of like AI everything. They had that AI rapper. There was an AI rapper who got
Yeah.
canceled
Mhm.
because it was like saying the
Right.
N-word.
They were saying it was racial appropriation
Yeah.
type
Where
shit.
was he
like,
Where was he supposed to play?
What was
Yeah.
his name?
And-
What was his
I
name?
know, but it's like, yeah, it was like a black avatar, but people were like, it's not okay for the robots to say the N-word.
What the
Okay.
fuck?
It's like,
A white
okay.
man coded it. It's
Yeah,
not
a
okay.
white man coded
But
this.
the rapper, the guy that was voicing the AI guy was black. So
Yeah.
it's like I don't understand
I
why
know.
the fuck y'all are tripping like that.
Yeah, still not okay. So funny,
People
dude.
are so soft sensitive and ready to just end somebody. It's
I don't know.
ridiculous.
If it was
Yeah,
a black guy
well,
that coded it, would it be all right?
Maybe.
It's
But
a
no,
black guy
that's-
that coded it, a black guy that voiced it.
Well, the biggest hobby is being a victim, and
That's true.
the biggest hobby now is just searching for people's days to ruin. People just go, my life sucks. This guy is successful. I don't like him. How about I listen to every podcast he's ever done, just in case he says an Asian slur?
Just clip it up, put it out
Oh
there.
yeah, dude. Do you remember the Joe Rogan N-word tape?
Mhm.
Dude, I'm like, who spent time making this?
He did say
Like,
the N word a lot. though, I'm
Yeah,
not
he
gonna
did.
lie.
He did say the N-word a lot, which is hilarious. Yeah. And Joe Rogan apologized and was like, yeah, I guess I said a lot. But it's like, he's also been doing a podcast for 20 years. And it's like, maybe 2000 it was a little less bad. But most of the time he's saying it too. He's like saying it
It's
to a
in
black guy on the
context,
show.
Yeah, it's in context.
And yeah, he's like repeating something they said. But yeah, still, it's like, I mean, that's like reality TV too, where you're in a house 24/7 and then they cut the worst hour of you out of the day. So it's like, if you're being filmed all day, every day, anybody can look like shit,
Mhm.
which is what everybody forgets. And nobody cares. We all know this, where it's like, don't judge people. Don't cast the first stone. It's like, yeah, everybody's a piece of shit, but people they don't care. We don't care. We just want to fuck with other people. And yeah, like people do that shit. Yeah, the virtue signaling, all that, where it's like, I feel dignified. I feel validated, if I can cancel somebody else and, I'm doing it on behalf of another group, or I'm doing it, yeah, like most of the time it's on behalf of people that have nothing to do with the original person. Like, yeah, it's like white chicks are canceling people because of an Indian guy. It's like, what are you guys doing?
The
It's like,
Tinder swindler.
okay, I don't know the story, but I see it's on Netflix.
Yeah. So I guess like this dude was just like, getting money. Like, how girls just get money from guys. Like he
Sure,
was
yeah.
basically doing the same thing, but with women. And now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a big fucking deal because he's doing it and he's a
Right.
man. But if a girl was doing that, it's not a big fucking deal.
Yeah.
So it's like people just trying to cancel somebody so quick. It's like soft and just everyone is just ready to jump off the edge almost. I
Yeah.
feel it's a little wild.
One of my bit thought ideas, which, you shouldn't take too seriously, which is like when women say like we want to be treated equal, they mean I want to be treated equal to hot women. That's what they mean. They don't want to be treated equal to men. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants to be treated like hot women. No, women just want to be treated like hot women.
Mhm.
Like, you really think the chick who's like married to a surgeon who spends all day just like at the home with the little dog shopping and shit is like, yeah, I wish I could be out in the streets like doing bullshit. Like, they're happy. They love their life because they're hot and people treat them hot. So people
Life
just want
is
to be
being paid
I mean,
for. What
guys
you gotta
want to be,
complain
yeah,
about?
I want to be treated like a hot woman. I like getting
That'd be
pursued.
fun.
I like all that shit. Everybody likes being spoiled and pursued and, flattered. So that's not a weird thing to want. But it's just like, yeah, like if you equality, it's like equal pay. It's like you should be specific. Like equality 100% is like, okay, so like if you say some crazy shit, we curse you out. Like, is that what you want? Like, because that's what you do to anybody else, right? So yeah, it's a weird deal of like 100% equality, because there isn't really 100% equality for anybody. Because like who's the baseline for equal? Just like,
Where's the bar start?
yeah, like, and if you're saying like, a white guy or whatever, it's like, okay, what kind of white guy? Like a college educated white guy, like a white guy with a good job? Because there's like every race and everything. There's so much variety and spectrum where there's no baseline for any humanity to point at. Like, there's nothing at all. There's nobody you can point at and go, that's the standard.
Jesus.
Yeah, Jesus. That's what we want to be.
perfect.
I know, right? If we could all be like Jesus, life would be pretty boring probably, but
Honestly,
it would be,
honestly.
everybody would eat good, but there'd be nobody talking about who unfollowed who on Instagram. We'd have nothing to talk about. If everybody was like Jesus, the world would be boring,
I could agree with that.
but everybody would be healthy.
It'd be healthy. There'd be no war.
It's a trade-off.
happiness.
Plenty of wine.
Yeah, iPhones would cost $8,000. That's what they said one time. They're like, if there wasn't like slave labor in China, iPhones would be like $4,000.
It's crazy.
So it's like, so where do you, like how? Oh, well, yeah, because like the amount of shit they do over there in these factories, like if you paid them like American minimum wage, it would be like crazy, and it is crazy over there, and it's fucking nuts. The best argument I heard with another comedian on a podcast, where I'm like, yeah, it's pretty fucked up, all these Asian people in like these terrible factory jobs, and he just goes, dude, you gotta understand, there's a billion of them, all right. Even if 10% of them have shitty jobs, that's still 100 million people. So it's like, there's just so many of them where there's going to be a lot of people with terrible jobs. There's just too many people to manage.
Gotta get it done.
Depopulate the earth.
And didn't they like make it in China like you can only have one boy and one girl and nothing else? Yeah, that's how you know they're overpopulated.
Well, China's doing the social score shit now too, which is cool.
What's
You hear
that?
about that? Everybody has like a social score.
Don't we do that? Sure, the government's
Yeah,
not
but-
saying it, but we're
They
doing
had
it to each other.
Yeah, we're doing it socially, but they do it of like, if you don't have a certain social score, you can't get on a plane.
Yeah.
Bro,
They're
did you
like, you're
watch
not
that-
allowed to leave.
Did you see that Black Mirror?
Yeah, it's just
the
like
same
that.
Thing.
It's
Like,
pretty
that's
much the same.
crazy. That is crazy.
Oh yeah, so they're
Have
already
you seen
doing
that? You know what I'm talking about?
I've
which
never
is,
watched
yeah,
the show.
which
so.
is so great. Yeah, because China revolted like there was all the riots before COVID, and I think that's why China, they really locked them down extra hard. They had to break them extra hard, even like because China had the craziest COVID policies. Like people are stuck up in there, they're banging pots and pans out the window every night because they're just so fucking bored and angry. So it's like, it really is like, how long can you put somebody in their own apartment before you can break them and just have them get a shot every 2 days or go to, because yeah, China, it might still be at the point where like you have to have a negative COVID test every 48 hours or
Yeah.
you can't work.
Yeah.
So literally every other day, people in long lines, and and now it's like if anybody has COVID, they lock them all back down. So it's just so fucked up. And I mean because yeah, they all rioted for like democracy right before the pandemic.
In Hong Kong,
Mhm,
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's like every
But not-
country had their different level of
Not the
lockdown.
rest of the Chinese citizens. They didn't give a fuck.
Well, I mean, I think they
Yeah.
give a fuck. They just don't want to go to prison.
Right.
Yeah.
I thought it's funny they were willing to give away so much, but it was until it hit their money. They're like, "Ah, fuck this shit.
Sure.
We'll protest against our money now."
Yeah. I mean, you know.
They didn't care. They just take away all our rights. We don't care. We're getting rich
Sure.
for the longest time. But
Yeah.
now,
Well,
but now that shit hit the fan, and
Yeah,
they're
I mean,
actually
well, that's-
protesting.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's the game forever. Where it's like if you get money and
As
you
long
get
as you
taken
make
care
us
of.
rich, take away
Yes,
whatever, baby.
do whatever you. Yeah. Well, that's kind of the deal in America too. Where like, you know, it's the false sense of security and like they'll slowly take away rights and take away privacy because they're giving you a false sense of security. They go, we have to do this to protect you. We have to listen to your phone at all times. We have to read your text messages. We have to have your GPS location on at all times. It's for your safety. It's for you. What if you get kidnapped? And they still can't even use it at that point. Like they don't actually use it for good shit. I mean, you know, it's like we don't know how many actual terrorist attacks they've stopped because they don't tell us this. I don't know why. They should brag about this shit if they're really doing it. But I don't think it is happening that much.
Yeah, when's the last terrorist, like foreign terrorist attack we had was 9/11. Everything else
Sure.
has been domestic terrorism.
Oh yeah, and then one time there's a guy who's like shoe caught on fire on the plane, didn't work, and so now we have to take our shoes off.
Well, the other
Yeah.
thing is we get caught creating terrorists.
Oh,
and
sure.
And it's like a governor or some shit somebody made part of their campaign. They just had somebody convince some Arab kid to go to an airport and do
100%.
something. And then as soon as he
100%.
bought that ticket and showed up, they arrested him.
Dude, yeah,
We caught the terrorist.
Yeah,
and then the governor
radicalizing
went like, "Oh, look, this is what we did. Vote for me."
yeah, radicalizing
fucked
people,
up.
pushing people to, yeah, it's like, who gives these people these ideas? Like, you
It's money. There's money all behind all of that.
oh sure, it's you go, well, what do we get out of this tower going down? Is a debt wiped away? Do we get to pretend we lost all the things that say we owe $1 billion? Is it? I don't know. It's like you got to think about who gets what out of what, and I don't know. Did the bosses die? You know, something's a real terrorist attack if everybody up top dies. Did all the bosses die? I don't know.
They're all off that day.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, we were busy, yeah. But yeah, I mean, we already know so many, proxy wars and all that stuff. Russia does things in the Middle East. We do things in the Middle East, which is funny to just use other countries to be like, I wonder if this would work. Let's see, and then we just try shit over there. Yeah, chemical weapons. I mean, it just. I love that America hasn't done anything physical for Russia and the Ukraine thing, which like after
We give them money. We give them a shit ton.
yeah,
of
we
money.
give them money and we give them weapons, which seems like we're just like doing tax write-off charity shit. We're getting rid of all the weapons we don't use and we're never going to use,
Yeah.
so we can buy new ones.
Clearance.
And we're not stepping in against Russia and Ukraine because we sold all the shit to Russia that they're using against Ukraine. So if we step in, they're going to go, you sold us this shit. How are you going to, we bought this from you. And
Yikes.
I think Russia went to, it's like, how you got to like run a nice car every month just to make sure the engine still works?
Yeah.
That's why Russia, they have warehouses full of tanks.
And they're like, we got to use these bitches.
They're
We're
going,
getting
it's either going to be
cobwebs.
it's either going to be blood or rust on this thing. What do we want? Like, yeah, they bought all this shit. They want to use it. And plus Putin, like, may have cancer or something. So he feels his mortality. So he's like, well, I'm on the way out anyway. I might as well fuck shit up. So he just wanted to feel something.
We're not gonna let them go too far, though. I feel like
I don't think we give a shit about what happens in Ukraine. They could kill. I mean, they've already killed thousands of people in Ukraine, which is so funny after 20 years of war on terror. This doesn't count as terror. Literally just going into their house for no reason, murdering all of them. Like, oh well, we ended our war on terror. We moved on, and it's so funny too that COVID, couple of years of COVID, and they say we all have to get the shot because we care about each other and we care about the world and we don't want anybody to die. And then the war in Ukraine starts, and they go, hey, well, we'll get a shot. We don't want to get shot, though. You know what I mean? Like, it's like, at what point is it just nonsense hypocrisy? We love the world. We have to. What about our body, our choice? It's not. No, it's not the same. This is different. Oh, so we have to do it because this and then. But we'll let everybody in Ukraine die. So it's just.
priorities.
It's just nonsense. It's all nonsense, and there's no line. There's no line of there's no baseline of what's right or wrong. Everything is subjective. They go, oh well, we don't want to fuck with Russia. And that's Russia and Ukraine, Russia and China together, which is such a great deal because Russia and China finally realized, like, oh, if we just work together, we could probably get America. and they've started working together, and it's hilarious and it's great. But I don't think we're ever actually in any trouble because that's why the whole population in America is armed.
We're never going to have a war in
Everyone in
America.
America has AKs and does MMA. When you think about invading a country, like, you think it's more dangerous to go into Pakistan versus a suburb in Texas?
Oh, God.
Dude, they already got their own bunkers. They have sniper rifles. That, like, dude,
A suburb in Texas.
it's so much more dangerous to invade America than to invade one of these, quote, scary Middle Eastern countries. They make it look scary in the movies and shit.
Right.
It's kids like kicking around cactuses and shit. And
Cactus soccer.
yeah, they're playing cactus soccer. And yeah, so it is hilarious. And I think that's why we'll never get rid of guns in America, because it keeps us all safer. And I don't think they would ever tell us that reason either. I talked to my dad about that one time. I was like, that's why I have guns in America, because it's less likely for another country to invade us. He's like, this has never been said anywhere. He's like, you can't find one example of that ever being said. And I'm like, yeah, of course not, because they don't want to talk about that.
I mean, they don't have guns in London. They don't have guns in Australia. They don't have guns in like Finland, like all those European
Japan.
countries. They don't have guns.
No,
so,
they
like,
don't.
They can get ran the fuck up on
Oh,
real
yeah,
quick.
they could. But I don't know if they would. I mean, I feel like these old countries too, like London or something, I believe the other countries could get fucked up pretty bad. But London just seems like that's probably where the Illuminati began, Like, that is the oldest, whitest of the white people.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, we the queen just died and now we have a king. Like, they're still playing make-believe over there. Like, they're straight up doing
Yeah, that shit is
cosplay. Yeah, like the king, queen shit, like,
They don't do shit.
It
They don't
means
do anything.
nothing. It's
a
They're
joke.
just rich as fuck.
it's like they put up these backwood incest people on a pedestal. Like, these people literally fuck their own family
200 years
for
of just fucking each other.
hundreds of years, making these inbred nonsense big-eared people, these fucked up people. It's funny as shit. It's funny as hell. Yeah, king, queen. But yeah, if I move over there, I'm all about it. Yeah, I'll go to the castle. What's up, guys? Take pictures with the guards and shit.
No, you can't bomb England because every country has their money there. That's
Yeah.
why.
Yeah, and yeah, there's probably some underground wacky shit going. There's a force field. Who knows? You can't astral project over there.
Probably.
Yeah, I love this spiritual shit. I think about that all the time. And countries believe in that too, and they invest in that shit. There's like, the CIA documents where they've invested in like psychics and shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they've
yeah.
so much of that. The Nazis were big into that too. Like, the countries think about this stuff of like, they go, okay, there's something real about this, like energy, like shifting energies, influencing energies. So, and by the way, that's all praying is. By the way, praying is just manifesting energy.
Yeah.
They've just rebranded it a certain way. Like, there's
A rebranding.
yeah, dude, like, yoga is basically praying with stretches. Like, it's the
Yeah.
exact same shit. Praying is like, ask God for this. Manifesting
No, it's
is
the
just,
universe.
yeah, exactly. That's the only
universe, not
difference.
God.
Yeah, that's the only difference between praying and manifesting. Praying is to a specific entity. Manifesting is to the universe. But it's the exact same thing. It's just like projecting energy.
It's
And the
crazy.
more people focus energy and the more people push their energy in a direction, you can feel it. Which is like, you feel in stand-up. You feel as a performer. All artists, big names, all this shit. You feel the high after you perform. You feel the high. And it's because like a giant room of people have directed attention at you. And you can feel that energy that's been pointed at us. It's the same way, like, there's weird science of like, they go, oh, you ever have that weird feeling where somebody's looking at you and you turn and you see
And
somebody
there's
looking
someone
at you?
looking at
Yeah,
you.
so like that's a real thing. Like, you can feel people stare, like, subconsciously. There's something in there that recognizes somebody's pushing attention towards you. And yeah, there's probably more science behind it that we don't know, but they don't want to share it. They don't want to dive into it. Dude, it's the same way I think about, like, how many years are we going to keep dumping money into cancer? Are these doctors not sharing their findings? How many fucking doctors do we have working on cancer? A
Bro,
million?
We have a cure. It's just a money grab. Cancer
Sure.
is so much money.
But it's like, how many billions of dollars are we going to give on cancer? And we don't get any updates. The amount of money we give towards cancer research,
Right.
I want to see somebody on TV every week. I want to see a guy come out and go, okay, we
We're this
spent
close. We're
$5
this
billion. We mixed these together. Like, how many tests do we have to do before we get an update? And Biden's talking about that right now. Biden's promising we can beat cancer in like 20 years.
Oh, that's what before Obama stepped down, like literally on the podium, like in the speech in front of everybody. And by the way, He taps Biden. Biden's gonna cure cancer.
Right.
And he's just like,
What?
So it's like, sure, but yeah, that's like that's why all this stuff feels like plans and schedules, and like they could have shit planned for 100 years in the future, and it feels like there's alien influence in the sense of like this project of humanity could have been done a million times and we would have never known. Like the world could have existed and died a million times, and it seems like an experiment of like, okay, if we give them this technology at this point, then it'll take about 30 years of acclimating before we can give them this technology. Like you can't give it too fast.
I like how you think, bro. I love how you think.
Oh, dude, like if in the 1800s they gave people flying cars immediately,
dude, we'd
everybody would
fucking
die.
kill ourselves. Exactly.
Everybody would die.
Yeah.
So they need to slowly build our tolerance with technology. Where it's like, I mean, even Elon Musk on the
I was about
Rogan-
to say.
yeah, he was talking about like phones and like us becoming androids. It's like you guys don't realize how much you already are. Like you have your phone on you 24/7. It's already part of you. It's basically in you.
I was gonna bring up electric cars because even when the Model S and those cars came out, people were fucking killing themselves because
Oh, sure.
that's a basically supercar potential in a hella affordable standard person. They don't understand.
yeah,
And
yeah.
people are fucking crashing.
Oh yeah, so it's like, yeah, we slowly have to get ready for it. And it's funny too because I also feel like there is moments where they give us a very extreme wacky version of what the future is just to give us like an idea of almost something to make fun of or parody. Like remember the Segway, the big ass Segway that originally
Yeah.
came out and they're like, this is the future of technology. And everybody trashed it and was like, this is stupid as hell. This is whack. And then slowly like hoverboards became a thing and similar Segway thing. And then Google Glass came out and everybody was like,
Garbage.
that's whack as fuck. So we hate that. So then we're gonna love a little contact lens. It's gonna be that, and that's gonna be sleek and beautiful, and be like, okay, yeah, I like that. So they give us like some whack shit so we can hate on, but also like understand like, okay, I kind of like something in that direction. So I don't know, man. It's just we're getting somewhere, and I mean, every generation has this where they theorize the future of technology and wonder how it's going to affect humanity, and it always works out fine for the most part.
Would
And
you
I
fuck
think
a
it will.
robot chick?
Oh, totally, yeah,
That
100%.
robot coochie, does it get wet?
Would you fuck a robot chick, Daniel?
If it gets wet, if that thing wet and tight.
It's gonna be the best fucking pussy. You know it's gonna be.
They've scientific. I mean, that's yeah. Once they integrate like, because they're already like growing flesh and organisms, they're gonna have robots with lab grown vaginas
Oh my
in the middle
God.
part, and it'll feel perfect, and everybody go, "This is great."
My issue with that is I don't know if I could have sex with something I know could kill me.
Why do you think it could kill you?
It's a fucking android, bro. It's a
Yeah,
robot.
but, you know, it's off.
Cybernetic
Yeah,
just
strength.
turn it off.
Unplug it when you go to sleep, man.
Yeah,
you
just
good.
unplug it.
Shit happens.
Yeah, well, that's like being scared of a blender, saying a blender could kill you.
I don't know if it's exactly the
I think
same.
it's the same. Why are you assuming that this sex robot has the ability to like kill you?
Because it's a fucking robot and shit happens, glitches.
Turn
I
it
can
off,
get
man.
hacked.
Take the
What if my
batteries out.
enemies are gonna hack my fucking robot so it
Yeah.
kills me in my sleep?
Yeah, but
Hold
you
your
don't.
dick.
Yeah, you don't give it the capability to like squeeze hard enough. You don't give it the ability to punch. You just have it lay or whatever. You
It
just make
doesn't have
twerk.
the ability.
All it can do is twerk. It can gyrate. That's all it
the
can
booty
do.
just shakes, dog.
Yeah,
That's it.
like you making a sex robot, you don't have to give it the ability to punch. I mean, I guess some people might like that though. So they probably would give it that. Yeah, I want my sex robot to beat the shit out of me.
Hey, some people
That's
like
my
that
thing.
though.
Yeah, some people like
There you
that.
go.
So
Eat that
I
shit
guess
up,
so.
bro.
Yeah, that will be a thing. They'll make sex robots. They'll accidentally murder people, and then the family will try to be like, "The robot killed me," and they'll be like, "Well, the setting was on beat the shit out of it mode, so your husband was actually a sick fuck." And I go, "No, he would never do that." And I go, "Well, apparently he did." So yeah, there's. I mean, it's the same way with the self-driving Teslas have killed people. Like every technology is going to kill people, but that's the risk. I mean, if you that's the thing. It's like the self-driving Teslas. Like if you've 100% put faith in this car to keep you safe, yeah, you're probably gonna die. Like you shouldn't give 100% faith to any technology. Not like nothing. I mean, we drive our cars all day, but it's like at least we have the steering wheel.
And
Like at the
sometimes-
very least we can drive. And yeah, sometimes that gives out too.
Sometimes when you get a wreck, it's not even your fault.
Yeah,
Not even your fault.
Other
you,
shit can hit
You can
you.
just be sitting at a light trying to go home, and someone crashes into you and you break your leg. You know what I'm saying?
yeah, yeah. So it's like, yeah, we don't have. We never have 100% control over anything.
What do you think about cryptocurrency?
Oh,
It's kind of a similar path. It's a big joke right now, right?
Oh yeah, crypto's a joke for
We're
sure.
making fun of it first to expose
Well,
ourselves.
first off, NFTs are just a means to launder cryptocurrency because everybody made a lot of money on crypto and they can't turn it into liquid because the IRS will recognize that they have millions of dollars now.
Tax the fuck out of you.
So they buy and trade NFTs because they go, this is art. This is now an art gift. This is something I bought and sold. This is a good. This is goods and services I'm buying and trading. So it's different. There's a different way to deal with it and turn it into money now. So yeah, NFTs are just laundering crypto because you can't withdraw all that shit at once.
Sure.
So it's just a scheme. And yeah, crypto. Yeah, we don't know who made it. They're like, oh, China made it, Russia made it. Who knows? But so yeah, whoever made crypto has made billions of dollars. And
Honestly, I feel like it's the CIA.
probably, yeah, it's just another one of those pyramid schemes where the people who got in early will make a lot of money and everybody else gets fucked. It's like everything. And yeah, nobody's actually going to use cryptocurrency for anything. Like there's like a beach in Spain or some shit. There's like a crypto town, which is like, we run on crypto now. And it's like, oh, well, you guys got fucked. Like crypto like dropped, like Bitcoin lost like $10,000 on its price like over this year. Like it's gonna go to shit.
I feel like once VR gets like super immersive and super crazy, if you have crypto, that's gonna be like
It's going to be the currency, the metaverse. You're saying?
yeah, basically.
Well, I love that's the idea with NFTs too. I love that idea where they're like, oh, NFTs will be valuable because you'll be using them in VR. And it's like you're assuming that I'm gonna want to be in VR.
Yep.
I don't want to be in VR. I don't want NFTs. You can put these NFTs in your house in VR. No. Or I can have a real painting in a real house. Like like the idea of people moving to VR, which, that's another good idea. Of like,
it's cool.
and yeah, if your life sucks, yeah. Like and that's why when like so many people with shitty lives being oppressed and can't do well in real life, VR is the perfect alternative. It gives you an easy way to be something different, live a different life. There's so many movies about it. It's unbelievable. Like there's been so many different paths predicted for humanity where one of these sci-fis will be right, which is fun to think about. I always wonder like which sci-fi is going to be right.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, Blade Runner.
Blade Runner.
Yeah, and it's so funny that like they all pretty much project the same future. No, none of these sci-fis ever project like a good future.
Yeah.
Every future is like, well, the robots did something, or we ran out of food, or the ozone layer goes away.
Like an asteroid of the moon.
Yeah.
Flies out of orbit.
Oh yeah, and this is all stuff that's like supposed to happen based on how we're acting. Where it's like, well, you keep burning the ozone, you keep burning the planet, you keep over harvesting, you keep overpopulating. It's like this is what's supposed to happen. So,
but I think the elites, want the Earth to be here just as much as the laymen. So I don't think,
I think
we'll
that
be
there
okay.
will always be parts of the Earth that will be all right, that they won't have to worry about.
For sure.
Or ultimately, if they have to leave the planet. And well, that could be the thought about the Mars shit.
Mars sucks.
Yeah, Mars sucks.
kind of fucking sucks.
You ever heard the thought where I don't know if any of this is true, but I like to think about it, where they say the human body naturally lives on a 25-hour cycle instead of 24, even though Earth is 24 hours, they say.
I've heard something like that.
Yeah, human body's 25 hours, and they go Mars is on a 25-hour cycle. So they go, we could have potentially started on Mars, came to Earth, and now for some reason people want to go back to Mars, which is where we're originally from. Which is like,
That's a weird
maybe.
thing.
And they also go, Mars probably could have looked like Earth originally, but we just fucked it up so bad that that's what Earth will look like too in the future.
Right.
So, yeah, we don't know. Maybe.
Mars is
That's assuming we can leave the Earth.
yeah.
That's assuming there's no firmament that's keeping us in. I don't know. I haven't seen it. I can't get past. Yeah, I love that where it's like, we don't know. I mean, sure, maybe. I don't know if I can get past space. I
That's
don't
a
know.
nice idea.
Are you a flat earther or a hollow earther at all?
I don't know, dude. I don't firmly believe in really anything. I like to believe what I can see and touch and experience personally, but everything past that I'm skeptic about. So, is the Earth flat? I don't know. Kyrie Irving thinks so. He's in the NBA. So,
Is he really?
Bro, yes.
yeah, he's successful.
A couple interviews talking about how he thinks the Earth is flat.
Where was he in his career when he came out with that? Was it a slump?
No. Kyrie's never been a slump.
B.O.B. believes a lot of crazy shit.
B.O.B., yeah.
Yeah, so there's a lot of people in high places that start to think, dude, the moon landing seems like such dog shit.
It was fake as hell.
Cardi
the fact
B
that we
was
went there
trashing
or
it.
the video.
All of it.
All of it?
All of it seems like dog shit.
Hmm.
And like something I think is funny is living in Hollywood, on Hollywood Boulevard, there's a big Walk of Fame star for the moon landing, and I'm like, that seems like you're just putting in our like, look at this big production we did, and it's like
Exactly.
it's like sure there was cameras there, but you're really gonna advertise it the same as like
that's the low key.
movies?
That's like the in your face. Like this was a
Yeah.
Hollywood production.
Well, that's why I think the politics exists the way it does too. By us choosing a politician, when they do something evil, it just falls back on us because we chose them to be there. So the like the evil energy is deflected and dispersed of like, because I mean that's the big conspiracy too of like they can't actually do evil directly to you. You have to sign up for it. You have to let it in you, which is the idea of like, oh, the vaccine, you have to agree to it. So it's like, yeah, politicians is like, we put them in there. So when they do fucked up stuff, every time something bad has ever happened, even currently, they go, oh, all you Biden voters, you did this. It's just us put, like, what do you mean us? I didn't fucking make the guy do it. I've never voted. I've never voted. I'm never gonna vote. Because, I mean, I've never related to any of these people. And the analogy is like, if you go into a restaurant and they're like, well, you can either eat dog shit or cat shit. It's like, well, I just won't eat then. How about that? Like, why do I have to choose from bad options?
Yeah.
I just don't want to participate in it.
You don't like Bernie?
Yeah, Bernie's great. But that's just like the novelty of like, look, see, he's here, so it's got to be legit, right? We'll let like, dude, even before him, wasn't Ron Paul? Oh my God, he had one of the greatest questions in a debate. They said, "How do you feel about Iran like capturing one of our fighter jets we flew over there?" And he went, "Why are we flying jets over Iran? Because why are we doing that? Why the fuck are we doing it?" Even better, there was a woman. Oh God, it was something Williamson. It was like Marie Williamson or something. She was in the debates in 2016, I believe, on the Democrat side, and the question was about healthcare. And they said, "How do you feel about these high premiums on healthcare? What's the deal with high premiums on healthcare?" And she goes, "How come nobody's asking why do we get sick all the time?" I go, "Oh shit, that's a good question. Yeah, why do we get sick all the time?" And she went nowhere. So it's like these voices are in there just to make the other people seem like they legitimately win or whatever. Where it's like, yeah, of course Bernie Sanders is never going to win. Nobody with actual good ideas is. Even like everybody thought Obama, it's like, oh, first black president, it's going to be real change. Nothing changed. No. Nothing's ever going to change. We're going to have a woman president. We're going to have a gay president. We're going to have an Asian president in that order. We're going to have a trans president. We're going to have every sort of anything and nothing's going to change. Like the biggest changes in like American history is like the end of slavery, like integrating women into the workplace, which they say is just so they could tax women. Like just so they gave women jobs because they wanted more money. They're like, we're not making enough money on dudes working. Yeah. If we have chicks working, we can make chick magazines. Like the first woman's magazine was made by a guy. Bank of America was started by Italians. Like nothing is real. Like
it's all a lie.
It's real.
God damn it.
So it's like it's just so fun. Like everything when you think it's like, oh, this is all progress. Like even the trans shit now, it's like they just want to sell makeup to everyone. They just want weddings to be for everyone. They want to get to a certain point where every human can buy every product. That's where we want to go. How can I sell everything to everyone? And we're on the way. And yeah, is that good or bad? We don't know. I mean, people like Andrew Tate might not like it, but
how can I get a patient whose entire being depends on my medicating him?
Oh, sure.
Or her.
Yeah.
Whatever.
How do I keep somebody hooked on whatever it is forever? But yeah, I mean, yeah, you take notice of people who get censored or people who get scrutiny or criticized, and there's reasons and there's themes, and it's like, if free speech is real and if people should be able to talk about any ideas, it's like, it's like the Ku Klux Klan is like an LLC, you know what I mean? Like
literally.
This is allowed.
But they're worried about Andrew Tate.
But we're worried about Andrew Tate, some fucking douchebag with aviators on. That's scary. He looks like he's a door guy. Like he looks like a bouncer in Soho.
Literally.
And we're worried about this guy.
He's destroying the American youth.
Yeah, just because he's like, women should, make food or whatever.
Drive my Bugatti.
Yeah. Yeah, English is a second language or something. Like, and we're worried about it's hilarious, dude. It's so funny to see and that's usually what you have to follow. Anything which is interestingly enough why I think Trump was pretty great. Not what he does, not his policies, not him as a person. He's a bad person. He has bad policies. I believe those things.
Yeah,
but I believe but I believe him being a president was the best counterculture thing to ever happen. That's the most punk rock thing that could ever happen. The billionaire who's like, I don't need shit. It was like when Pablo Escobar tried to join the government in his country. It's the exact same thing. He hated these people. Trump hates politicians because they don't like him. They don't let him in. Like one of the comparisons I've heard, which is again terrible. It was from like Alex Jones, which is again a psychopath. But Alex Jones is one of these people where it's like he could be saying a lot of true things, but he's just such a psycho. It discredits the whole movement.
The frogs are gay.
It's like when you see homeless people in the corner shouting about aliens. It's like aliens could be real, but this guy is just such a bad representative that it's going to discredit everything he has said. And Alex Jones had a funny line I like about Trump. He's like, sure, Trump might cheat on his wife. He might do some immoral shit, but at least he's not like a pedophile, like killing children. Like at least he's not like human trafficking and shit. He's just a drug addict hornball who like eats steak. Like he's a simple crazy person. Like that's why I like Trump. You can look at him and recognize his sickness.
Yeah.
Like
Predictable.
yeah, it's predictable. All the other politicians, they can do it with a good poker face. They can do it with a straight face. You can't read them.
Yep.
You can read Trump. You can go, that's innocent danger. That's innocent evil. He's just a greedy bastard.
Yeah.
He's just a horny, greedy bastard. You can put him in the corner and not worry about him. But it's the other politicians who can shake everybody's hand and look in the eye and go, I love America
And
so
then
much.
Having loads of
Oh, yeah, they're in
CP
the
on
back.
computer.
Yeah, they're fucking drinking blood or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't know. Yeah, we don't know whatever.
God,
and
that's
it's,
so scary.
oh, yeah, it's so funny to think of what could actually be going on. And, you know, despite, like, Anthony Weiner's laptop, there's, like, a meeting with a police chief, and this is a real thing. Like, despite how much conspiracy stuff they are, when you see a meeting of a police chief saying, like, we looked at things on this computer, and it made, like, our hardest detectives, like, throw up. And it disturbed our toughest police officers. So it's like, what could possibly be getting looked at on some of these secret things? Like, I don't know. It's like, you can trash as much as you want. Jen Psaki, the secretary, the press secretary of the White House for a while, she was talking about crisis actors in Russia. And it's like, okay, so now we're acknowledging that crisis actors are real.
Yeah.
The White House is admitting crisis actors are real.
Right.
So if Russia's willing to use them, of course we're willing to use them too. Like we're just going to say, oh no, only yeah, exactly. Like we probably started it. We're just, I tried to make a joke one time, and this is a joke. I'd like to clarify that. I talk about North Korean propaganda, and it's like it's so obvious. Like North Korean propaganda, it's so easy to recognize. It's so terrible, and it's like the only difference between North Korean propaganda and American propaganda is ours just looks better.
What?
Because we have Marvel movies and shit. We just have people who are good at creating very thinly veiled propaganda. That's just a funny way to classify it. It's just we have people who are better at propaganda. We just have people who are very good at, because that's, I mean, it's the concept too of like, there's so many movies too, which will be perfectly fine for 2 hours, 2.5 hours, but there'll be a scene where Vince Vaughn kisses a little boy on the mouth. There'll be a scene where like that, which happened in one of the like Freaky Friday movies. So they'll bury these weird moments and, you know, pass it off as artistic. And it's like, sure, part of it is artistic. And it's like, but you can also like fake some of this too. You can imply that they're doing stuff. You don't have to, you know, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of movie with weird shit. And again, it's like, well, what's free speech? What's the line? And it's like, I don't know. I guess simulating pedophilia might seem wrong, or is that wrong? And they go, well, you know, Licorice Pizza is just a really good movie. So it's like, it's like, at what point should something, I don't know. I'm allowed to talk about it. USA is the only country who can do this, which is, I think that's a great example of how dominant the United States is. That this is the only country you're really allowed to say all this shit. Yep. They're like, we're so deep in the bag. We're so deep in control.
It's beautiful.
That you can film me fucking you over, and it means nothing. Nothing's gonna change. It's because we're addicted to everything. As long as we can eat a Big Mac and get a blowjob in a hot tub.
Ooh, that's a good life.
As long as I can watch the Super Bowl.
We're living like Roman kings, man.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like the analogy is like the United States is like one giant perfect strip club, and everybody's like has a seat right up front, and the hottest girl you've ever met is right in front of you doing whatever you want. but every now and then you see behind the lady in front of you, and there's old men killing children. And you go, did anybody see? You go, did anybody see the old guys killing children? And if you say that, the stripper goes, he touched me. Get him out of here. And you go, what are you talking about? You go, well, he fucking touched me. Get him out of here.
That's a deep analogy, bro.
Oh yeah, if you question the shit, you're out. You can't point it out, and you don't. You don't question it because you're happy. Your neighbor's happy. Your neighbor's got the hot chick. You got the hot chick. Everybody's got the hot chick. But every now and then, you get a little glance behind it, and somebody's doing some really fucked up shit.
Mm.
And they go, well, do you want to keep having the super hot chick? Do you want the steak? Do you want the cheap food? Do you want the security? Do you want all this shit? And they go, this is the greatest country in the world. USA is number one, which is like by comparison. USA is number one because we bomb every other country to make it look like shit. Every other countries look great. Dude, Iran looked great. You ever see pictures of Iran in like the 70s, 80s or some shit? They got beautiful parks. We fuck other countries up. So we're number one. And it's funny because USA is like number one in everything too. That's the thing we don't talk about. USA is number one. Yeah, in like luxury and like poverty and like prisons and like just it's awful. So it's like the point is just being number one. We just want dominance in every category, no matter what it is.
You know, that the Hollywood star that you said for the moon land really tickled me. That would be like a sick joke. It's like we're really gonna make Russia think that we're doing this, and they're gonna fucking go broke trying to do it for real.
Dude, it's unbelievable. I mean, it
reminds me of that Red Hot Chili Pepper line. Space may be the final frontier, but it's made in the Hollywood basement.
100%. Dude, I grew up in D.C. I went to the Air and Space Museum many times.
Yeah.
You see the moon landers. This shit is made out of tin foil.
Yes.
You can poke a hole in this shit. You're telling me we were on the moon. I'm in front of it. I'm like, there's no fucking way. Even as a little kid, I looked at these things.
Like, this is
Godfrey, stand-up comedian, great comic, very smart comic. He has a joke, and he wouldn't care about me burning it because, you know, I'm sure he does a lot. But he's on stage shitting on the moon landing. He goes, y'all really thought we went to the moon in this shit? That's the right. He goes, you thought we made it up to the moon in this shit right here? Like, we had this flimsy ass little thing. You really think we got up to the moon, landed, got back in, and came back? Like, there's so many factors of why that wouldn't be the case or why that wouldn't work. And like, if it did happen, great for them. I hope it did happen. I pray it happened. And I pray that we're not being lied to on a daily basis about everything.
we are.
But I just don't believe in my heart that that's true. And my family would believe in all this stuff. A lot of people I know believe in this stuff. And the thing is, when the system is good for you, of course you're going to believe it. If life is good for you, you're going to trust it because it's worked out. You go, why would they lie to me? They've been so good to me. And it's like, well, you've also been really good to them. You have a great job. You pay a lot of money in taxes. If you're giving back to the government, they're going to take care of you. So it makes sense. It makes sense to believe in a lot of this stuff. But I mean, I personally, it's just, I feel like I've always just, I grew up with Tourette's syndrome. I still have Tourette's. So I've never related to like any group. I've never felt a part of anything really. So I've always felt like I'm on the outside just watching society as a whole. So like being outside my whole life and watching things, you just don't feel right. And I'm not attached to it. I don't feel like I'm attached to any of this stuff.
You can see through the bullshit.
Yeah. I feel like I'm just spectating and I've just watched it and I'm just commenting on what I think. Whether it's right or wrong, I don't know. This is just what I think. And I'm happy that I'm allowed to say it.
Well, we all agree with you here. So.
Yeah, and the thing, I mean, you guys seem open-minded and you guys seem like smart people, and so this is all just ranting and raving, but it's like,
let it out.
Who knows? I'm gonna be murdered later after all this.
Your whole
They'll use this to cancel me if I ever get anything good in life. If I do die young, please just please just point to this and be like, oh, maybe it had something to do with what he said.
Have a whole video breakdown of him on here.
Yeah. I just luckily don't think I'm popular enough or relevant enough.
Bro, you got 24K on Instagram. You're relevant.
Dude, I got 347 on TikTok.
That's relevant.
No, it's not relevant enough. Yeah, this would be the perfect time to take me out. But, well, it's like the Pop Smoke shit. It's like right as you get on the cusp, right as you're getting the heat, that's when the perfect time to take you out.
Just don't dox yourself. You'll be good.
I know, right? XXX. Well, he just happened to be at a fucking motorcycling. Who knows?
And that rapper that died recently,
PNB Rock.
He was just at Waffle House, bro, eating waffles.
I know.
His girl posted the location. He got popped.
And he just gave his girl back her Instagram.
And
that's the irony.
God damn it.
Funny.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody dies. Everybody's gonna die like a dog. That's why you gotta live every day, man. It's like it could be P&B rocked right now, dude. Somebody can come in here and just light it up.
Mm-hmm.
But
we're stuck. We ducks right now.
bro, for sure.
No one's gonna. We can't do nothing.
It's just there's I don't think there's enough to gain out of any of this right now. Will they kill all this? Will they take your computers, your mic equipment? There's no clout in this murder.
It's the safety of poverty, baby.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. You stay at the bottom. nobody's gonna worry about you. But yeah, who knows? I don't know what's gonna happen in the future. I just hope I get to continue living and talking about whatever I want to talk about.
Well, I see some success in your near future, man.
Thank you. I would love that.
I mean, you said you've been on TV and stuff, so I don't see why no one has,
Yeah,
reached out.
I think it's only a matter
It's
of
on
time.
the way.
Hopefully. Yeah, I could see a few seconds of this being cut out of context for sure. Me saying like, oh, "There we go, he's done."
But you're a
He's
comedian.
done.
They can't
Yeah,
give you too
I'm
much.
half Jewish.
They
Come
can't
on.
give you too much time.
It's on my
Hard time.
dad's side though. They don't care
Oh,
about you. Unless,
shit.
yeah. Did you know about that? Yeah.
Yeah.
Jews don't care about you unless it's your mom, which is hilarious. They don't give a shit. Oh yeah, if it's your dad, the Jewish one, you're nothing. You're nothing to them.
I wonder why.
You have to come out of a Jewish woman for them to care.
For Italian, to be in the mob, your dad's got to be Italian. So it's the other way for
Sure.
them.
Okay.
For whatever
Interesting. Yeah, a lot of different traditions for different cultures.
I don't think it's like that for black people. They just don't want you marrying outside of the race. But
Right.
sorry, mom, you're gonna have some half white kids. That's just what
yeah?
it's gonna be. I'm
Oh,
sorry.
you think so?
Bro, I know so.
What, you don't like black girls? Well, that wins for the worst thing said on the podcast tonight.
Yeah, right. No one's gonna come after you now.
So I've
think you
grown up.
should- I think
I've
you
grown
should-
up around black women, and they were actually like not,
Sure.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Like, it's just like real women. Like that's kind of like what I model, like what I want to model my partner
Yeah.
to be like. So
Yeah, I mean, you can say that there's some women like that.
yes, you're right. Some of them, yes, not all of them,
Not all of them.
Y'all
Not
know what
all
I'm
of them.
fucking talking about.
Yeah.
You got the
some.
comedian correcting you and trying to be politically
I know,
correct,
right?
Daniel. We got a problem.
I guess I could create. I could say yeah, maybe it's more of those would be in that culture versus like, but I don't even know if that's too hard because there's still like the whole there's all the trailer trash shit, the Jerry Springer people, which are equally as crazy. I don't know.
Just a girl that in the back of your head.
you talking about?
It's just like put your dick away.
I can do black boy.
Put your dick away.
I can do blackface. Fuck are y'all talking about?
Nah, I was You can try again. Try again. Let's see.
Just doing a black voice.
Yeah.
I can't do it anymore. I don't want to do it.
Have you done the acting?
Not really. I act in sketches, but never like very serious long form acting. Just short bits. I'll act for, a few minutes at a time.
And
Man,
that's something ever piqued your interest?
I mean, I'd love to be in like a sitcom or something or some sort of fun movie or whatever. That would be fun. I mean, I think I could act in whatever role could be offered to me. I just haven't pursued acting. That wasn't my first choice. I'd like to, mostly be a stand-up comedian or my own sketch actor. But yeah, it'd be nice to be in a big production. But yeah, I mean, based on the things I say and the way I talk, I don't think Hollywood is in any rush to get me anywhere. They'll be like,
Hollywood's dying, man.
Yeah, I know, which is good.
It is
Hollywood's
good.
dying, so there's more independent shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, like questioning the moon landing or questioning the Earth being round, like those are lines where just even talking about it like I did right now, companies would be like, "Oh, you're not even allowed to talk about that," because I'm not saying I believe it. I'm just questioning it, but you can't question it. You have to believe it. If you don't believe it, you're liable.
The religion of science.
Mm-hmm. But I believe in energy. I believe that Jesus existed. Whether or not he did magic is up for debate. I don't know. I wasn't there. Yeah. That's one of my favorite things too. I think about this all the time, and I've tried to talk about it as a bit. Whereas like you say, I'll be like, okay, you guys think aliens built the pyramids? And like a couple of people might entertain that idea, but most people are like, no, the aliens didn't build the pyramids. I go, okay, so who built the pyramids? And he goes, the Jews built the pyramids. I go, okay, sure, the Jews built the pyramids, and then Moses took them out of Egypt, and he put a stick down, and it split the ocean in half. That's what happened. Right? It's either one or the other.
Yeah.
You can't say that Jews built the pyramids without also saying that magic is real. Moses had it, and he split the ocean in half.
You might as well say aliens did it.
Right. So it's like, so aliens isn't that crazy of a thought. If you're openly giving faith to a guy split the ocean in half, people just glaze over that. Jews built the pyramids, and then Moses led them through the desert. Yeah, how did he do it? He put his stick down and it split the water in half. That sounds pretty alien. That's well, the
Shit,
idea
did they
is,
get him to help the pyramid? Fuck.
yeah, right. Well, the idea is too. There's this guy who built. It's in like Fort Myers. There's this thing called the Coral Castle.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, you've heard of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Talked about it on our last episode.
there you go. Guy built the thing, and they say that's the same thing that they could have used to build the pyramids.
Yeah.
Which is like, I can believe then that the Jews built the pyramids. It just wasn't that hard. It just wasn't that hard. They just used whatever this box was, which would then
gravity reversing. Whatever.
Yes, which would then make sense that you could split the ocean in half. You could use the same thing you used to build the pyramids to hold up against the ocean, splits the water in half. If it's really a powerful magnet like that, oh wow, it works on the ocean too. Let's go across the ocean. So like, that's what makes sense. That we have proof with this Coral Castle. There's physical evidence that we have technology that people don't know about to build giant structures with tons of blocks. So, and the guy was straight up like, this is what Egypt used. He's saying that. He claims this is what Egypt used to build the pyramids. He built something similarly large. So why? And we still just haven't looked into any of that, or we have and we don't talk about.
Very
it.
small man did it by himself.
Tiny guy by himself had a box, made a thing, and we just glazed right past it. We're not worried about it.
Maybe just thought he was crazy and they just didn't want to. I don't know. Expose that.
Yeah, like we have all these physical things that like show evidence of technology that we don't share, that we don't want to give to people, and yeah, I mean it's the thing too of like such small technology could ruin entire industries, so it doesn't make sense to put it out. Where it's like if there was sort of some sort of anti-gravity thing, and anything that could like hurt car travel or hurt it, mostly like oil shit, where it's like, oh, if this renders oil useless, well then there goes trillions of dollars. So of course we don't want that to come out. Why would you put something out that's going to ruin? And there's a lot of people involved in those trillions of dollars, and a lot of money and a lot of influence. So it's like, yeah, I love all that shit of like, we're like, oh, Elon Musk is the richest person on earth. Like, yeah, with like public records of his money.
Right.
Are you kidding me? Yeah, the Rothschild and Medici, you know, the Columbus family. Like, you're really gonna act like Elon Musk has the most money on earth? Get the fuck out of here! Are you insane? Like, yeah, even the fucking royal family, they got fucking giant vaults of gold bricks and bars. Like, one of the theories is like, as long as, well, one of the theories was like that it was one family. They were saying it was coming down to one family on the planet that has 51% of all the wealth.
Oh,
just in case. Yeah, it could be. Yeah, just in case, where like no matter what happens, they'll always have more than the rest of the entire world put together. So it's like, which again, at a certain point is like, well, at what point does money become useless? But it's like, as long as there's society, money will always be the strongest thing. And it's funny too, because at that certain point too of like, you know, luxury and wealth and just you've done everything, you've experienced everything, then it does just become about fun little games of like, you know, it's like the movie like Trading Places or whatever, where the rich guys are like, hey, what if we made the rich banker like a homeless guy, and then we hired the homeless guy to be a rich banker? It just comes down to weird bets and weird games they play with each other of like, oh, maybe, you know, let's give this guy a chance, and hey, if he does well, I'll give you a few dollars. So it just comes down to weird games for them.
Mike Tyson on his podcast, or on somebody else's podcast, he was mentioning like hunters, like at some point you get tired of hunting real animals because nothing's a challenge anymore.
Sure.
So if you got enough money, you're a hella wealthy hunter, you got this big old property, what you do is you get a human.
Yeah.
You get a former prisoner, you make a deal, you get them out, and say if you can escape, you got your life and your freedom, and I'm gonna hunt you.
Oh, sure.
Part of me felt like
that was a movie, I think.
Maybe a movie. Part of me felt like, Mike Tyson, you fucking did that shit.
Well, dude, that's how I feel about like people's sexual shit too. It's the same way of it's just a hill that never stops going up. Of like, dude, there's pictures of like Michael Jackson wasted partying with like midgets in the 80s, 90s. And it goes, okay, so he was having orgies with midgets. It was probably only a matter of time where he goes, well, fucked everything else. Might as well fuck kids. I guarantee these people, they just get tired of shit.
Yeah.
Jeff Epstein, all these people. Jeff Epstein could have anything he wants. Billionaires can fuck anybody they want, as many people as they want. Billionaires can fuck 20 porn stars anytime they want. But that's just not a thing. They don't care anymore. Then you start getting off on power moves. Like, that's how the Hollywood shit is too. Where it's like, they're not fucking you for sexual gratification. They're fucking you to have power over you for the rest of your life.
Can you imagine what Trump has hosted at Mar-a-Lago?
Oh, I mean, yeah, I'm sure he's had crazy wild orgies. And yeah, there's probably a bunch with underage girls at some point.
Because the FBI raided his place. If you were one of those FBI raiders and you got to the secret sex room,
Yeah,
and there's laptops, and it's like, oh fuck,
yeah,
I don't want to look through this shit.
I know. That's the idea of
Like a
like,
Trump's
is
butthole.
Trump more immoral than any other politician? Is he less or more, or is it just all the same? And yeah, like we were saying, it's like the innocent evil. It's like, it seems like more identifiable. And that's one of the reasons why I liked living in Florida a long time over LA or New York, because in LA it's very hard to identify the bad things because everybody is such a good actor. Everything is so grand and giant. There's a lot of giant buildings, this and that, high rises you can't see and shit. But in Florida, most buildings are like isolated. Most buildings stand alone. You can see them from far. You can see in the windows. You can see if fucked up shit is happening. But in giant cities like this, where there's huge structures and maybe there's evil shit going up on the 80th floor. Like, good luck ever seeing any of that shit. But Florida, it feels like you can it's like the Trump people. Like in Florida, you just see, crazy rednecks or fucked up people, and you can go, oh, that person's fucked up. That person's crazy. But in New York or LA, it's much harder to identify because you go, oh, well, this person has an HBO TV show.
Putting the mask
seems
on.
pretty powerful. Yeah, there's a lot less of that power dynamic in Florida. There's a lot less people who are able to influence people in that scummy way. I mean, outside of like the strip clubs and the massage parlor sex trafficking, that's pretty upfront too. But even that is like, oh, well, we recognize it. In Hollywood, it's like kids being shipped over to different things and this and that. But yeah, Florida, it's like, oh, I can see it.
Pretty open. What we got going on are crazy over here.
Mm-hmm. How long have we been here?
How long are we going for,
I
Albert?
don't know. How long is
It's been about a minute 38 or an
hour
hour 38.
38?
Yeah, we can start
Oh,
closing it up.
beautiful. That's been fun.
Yeah.
Do you think it was going to be lighter with a comedian on?
A little
we'll
bit.
talk about silly stuff.
A little bit, but
I
hey,
know,
we
so,
like
hey,
we
well,
like getting deep, man.
Yeah. Tampa to London's a huge change, and I'm very excited to see the more overall differences. British humor's definitely more dry. Yeah, like Tampa, Florida, America, there's more slapstick, more over the top, more animation. Yeah, London, British stuff could feel more cerebral, more smart, I guess, to an extent. But yeah, I just like the idea of having to work on stuff that is outside of my hometown, my elements, and where I grew up. And it's like a test. It's like proving that I can make it somewhere else over somewhere I've spent a long time and I know well. It's like I know the people in Tampa well. I know what they like. I know the areas. I know the neighborhoods. I want to go somewhere where I don't know all these things so I can see if I can do it out of nothing.
All right. Well, we have a question that we ask every guest
Oh boy, I can't
before
wait.
we finish.
Mm-hmm.
It's not. Well, I guess it's kind of related to what we've talked about today.
Mm-hmm.
So, have you had any type of paranormal, ghost, alien, unexplainable, activity ever happen to you? If so, please share.
Ooh. There's only been one thing where I feel like I actually saw something. Like I was in Savannah, Georgia, which is supposed to be like one of the most haunted
The most
places on
haunted.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And we were like by a cemetery, and I just there was one moment where I looked above a building and there was like a floating orb, and it felt like the orb realized I saw it. It feels like it felt I saw it, and then it zipped away like this, and then it disappeared behind the building. So like that's the only time I really saw something where I felt I don't know what that, because it wasn't like a shooting star, it wasn't like a straight line. It was something floating. I saw it, it recognized, and it zipped away and it went somewhere else.
Were you like on a ghost tour, or were you just walking around through Savannah?
I was on a ghost tour.
Shit.
Yeah. And speaking of the orb, so that orb happened, and the same time I'm doing that, I'm just taking pictures in a cemetery with like the flash on. Just you never know what you're gonna see. And one of the pictures I got back later It had like a floating orb in the cemetery, and specifically, I thought it was really cool because the floating orb had a shadow from the flash.
Oh fuck!
So I was like, oh shit,
What the fuck?
yeah. So there's a floating ball, and there was a shadow of the ball. So I was like, damn, okay, maybe I got something.
Goosebumps.
But yeah, you see shit like that, and yeah, I mean, and that's the thing too. There's a pretty cool video, and the internet's like, oh, it's been debunked, and the debunked is like Israel News said it was like a high school project. It was like a high school film, but there's a video. It's called like Angel Over the Dome on the Rock. It's like a very famous temple in Israel, and a floating ball of light hovers over it for a while. And the reason why it seems legitimate is because there's many angles of this happening. There's numerous angles of this ball floating over this temple in Israel, and then the ball like flashes, big flashes. Oh my god! And then it shoots up super fast. And so you can look that up. And
I remember that video.
yeah,
I remember
and
that
there's
video.
many angles of
Yeah.
it, and it looks very real.
Yeah.
And I watched the Israeli news debunking of it, and they literally are just like, oh, it was a high school project. It was a high school film, and I'm like, you're telling me high school kids have the ability to like
CGI
yeah to
editing. Come
CGI
on,
and
dude.
like multi-lay over numerous like that's
a lot
such
of work.
bullshit.
It's a
Yeah,
lot of
like
work.
it's a lot of work, and they just very quickly passed it off as that, like a 2 minute story. Oh, there's a ball. It was a fake thing. It's fake. All right, cool. Get out of here. So it's like, and yeah, especially over like such a relevant religious monument type
With
thing.
so many eyes on
So
it.
many
Yeah,
accounts. Yeah.
yeah.
That's
So
crazy.
many people who see it. Yeah, so there's been so many instances of like orbs of light that seems to be a pattern. That there's balls of light, and it's like, what is that? Is that what people call angels? Is this energy? Is this something? Is this entities or spirits or whatever? So yeah, we don't know, but yeah, there's definitely been a pattern of orbs of light. So that's my experience.
That's what's up, man. That was a good story.
Cool.
Seeing some orbs. That's the first
Yeah,
orb
seeing
story.
orbs.
That's the first
Yeah.
orb story here.
That's crazy. You felt like it saw you.
100%. Because it was flowing very peacefully. I looked up at it, and then
Oh shit!
yeah, and then if it was like, oh shit, yeah, it felt like it said, oh shit, zipped away.
Crazy. All right, well, Mr. John Jacobs,
It's been an honor, guys.
thank you for coming on the show.
Thank
Love talking
you.
to you. That was a pretty base conversation. I would say so myself.
Yeah, it was a good one. It'll be fun to see if anyone comments. I don't know. I don't know if people watch you guys' stuff or if anybody
we get some
engages.
good engagement.
Okay.
We had some shit talker the other day. I delete all that shit.
Maybe there'll be a cool clip. to
What'd
pull out.
they
That's
say?
so wacky.
He was just talking shit to Mr.
Oh, what we
Narco.
look like?
Yeah,
What'd they say that we look
he
like?
said that we looked like Travis Scott. No, not Travis Scott. The Gym Class Heroes. That guy.
Oh, sure.
And Young Ma.
I don't know who those are.
That's funny. That's
But
pretty
whatever.
good. You deleted that? That's hilarious.
That was on YouTube. I think it's still there.
Why is it,
Yeah,
No,
as
on
long as it's,
Instagram.
as long as it's not mean spirited, I think you should leave it up. If people, I love people roasting me and shit. But yeah, if somebody's just commenting like "you're a piece of shit,"
fuck
you're
you, guy.
nothing you do is funny. You're like yeah, because some of my Jesus stuff, people be like, you gotta repent, you gotta do this and that. I'm like, you guys don't even get it. Like I believe in all this shit. Like I'm doing it out of a positive stance. Like, cause yeah, when you see my new Jesus special whenever it comes out, like you'll see like everything I do. Like families are there watching it with their kids, and they're like, "Yeah, listen to him. He's saying good stuff." Like my shit is educational. It's accurate. Like I researched all this stuff. One good fact, you can Google this shit too right now. So Jesus was a teacher, right? He was a teacher when he was like 30 years old, before he started doing his Messiah thing. And the issue was like he was a teacher, like a religious teacher, and every religious teacher would talk about things from a place of like, if you read this, it says this. If you read this, it says this. But Jesus was the only person who started talking as if he was like part of it. So he started teaching like, I can tell you this because I know this because I'm part of it. And people are like, okay, this is getting crazy. And that's when he decided to go to Jerusalem and do all his wacky stuff. And so I Googled when I was researching this stuff. I said, what was the first day Jesus taught when he became a teacher? Whatever. When was the first day he taught? And the first day that Jesus ever taught was 9/11. 9/11 was the first day Jesus was a teacher, which 100% is why they did that on 9/11. They need to take back the power from that day, from it being a positive moment to being a negative moment. So now when people think about 9/11, they'll go, oh, terrible day. When in reality, 9/11 was, oh, it's the first day that Jesus decided to be on it.
September 11th.
Boom, dude. Give me a break. It's like,
That's
and
crazy.
how is nobody talking about this?
Yeah.
How is this not brought up more? The first day Jesus was a teacher was 9/11. Give me a fucking break, dude. So it's like, yeah, all the numerology stuff, all the symbolism, it's all very real. There's power in all these numbers and shit. Like, yeah, you can feel it, you can see it. So it's like, yeah, to do stuff on that certain day where it's like, oh, they did it on 9/11 because, like, 911, like the police number. It's
That's
like,
what I thought.
yeah, sure. Yeah, no, it's fucking that. It's 100% because that's when Jesus talked. Yeah. They need to destroy any moments with positivity like that. I mean, it's the same day of like, it's the same reason of like, oh, Christmas is December 25th. It's like, that's not the day he was born. Yeah. Like, none of this shit. It's just like, oh, this is how we can maximize capital. Like, this is how we can make the most money on this holiday if we put it at the end of the year. So like, it's like none of this shit is accurate. None of this shit is the real shit that they want us to see.
Lies.
All right, everybody. It's all a lie.
Happy
Thank
9/11,
you for watching.
y'all.
I hear it. Go ahead and shout out your Instagram. Tell me any new shows you got coming on or anything like that. I don't know.
Yeah, at Maybach Diamonds. Yep, that's what it is. At Tampa News Force. Please don't come to my shows. I'd rather you not. I don't know. I'm paranoid too. That's one of the reasons why I don't think I've made it this far. I get worried promoting shows. I'm like, somebody's gonna come to a show and fucking kill me.
Oh my god.
I know. I hope not. But I sincerely, every time I do a show, I go, someone's gonna kill me.
Oh, dude.
What do you think is gonna be the reason? What's the motivation gonna be?
I don't know, because I said Jesus taught on 9/11. I don't know. It could be any number of anything I've said. I don't know what it is. Like I say so much shit where it could be like, yeah, it's the moon thing. Like
I said that
it's the
3
Jews
years
thing.
ago, dude.
It's because you mentioned, yeah. It could literally be anything. Anything at all I've said could be a jumping off point for someone to go, I don't like this. He needs to die. And I don't think I'm important enough for somebody to potentially ruin their life to murder. But I don't know. I've been paranoid over the years. Things have happened. I got catfished. People have taken pictures of me secretly in public after the TV shit. Like there'd be like pictures of me like eating lunch. And like close up too.
That's
people would be like, yo,
dude.
John Jacobs was eating lunch at this place. And I'm like, what the fuck?
Why, dude? Why?
Exactly. I'm like, why? And like, yeah, so things like that started to get me paranoid. But yeah, like pictures, dude, anywhere in the country. Like I was at a gas station in Texas. Somebody's posting like John Jacobs at a gas station in Texas. I'm like, anywhere I go, somebody could be fucking.
Well, that kind of comes with the territory.
Yeah, it is. But that is scary. Like people telling where I'm at, people saying where I am, and it's like, and yeah, shows I do, I'm doing bar shows. There's no security at these places. There's a lot of times I'll be the first person there. So I'm like, I could be the only person in this building. First person walks in and goes, damn, I'm fucking dead. So, yeah. God. But, I think I'm relatively healthy and safe and could defend myself relatively well. But I don't know. I'm paranoid. I have just fear. I fear I'm going to get stabbed right in the chest. That's how I'm going to, or just gun right in my face. I have these premonitions. I'm going to go out like Tupac, dude.
Oh, shit.
I'm an Ybor all the time. I'm in the heart, dude. It's crazy, dude. I only feel safe when I'm like driving. And I don't wear seatbelts. I drive on the highway. That's when I feel safest because I know I'm moving. They don't know where I'm at. I'm going fast. When I'm on a bridge going to Clearwater or St. Pete, that's when I feel at peace. When I'm home, when I'm at a club, when I'm anywhere else, I go, somebody's on the way.
Oh, man.
Somebody's going to John Wick me.
John Wick.
I don't know why. I don't know how. I don't know when. But I just hope I can put out as much positive, good, joyful content before I'm out.
Well, you're on your way to that. You're doing a good job at that.
Thank you. Man. As are you guys.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night, everybody. Don't kill me.
Yeah,
I know it's terrible. It's reverse psychology. I shouldn't even put out these thoughts.
Protect John Jacobs at all costs.
Please protect me.